Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good morning. What's up with y'all, man? Good morning, man. Yeah, they try to run the play on the boy. They try to line him up. Yeah, what's up, y'all? Salute to everybody in here. I appreciate you being here, man. Look, yeah, we on Atlanta today, but yo, that's terrible what they try to do with Moon Song. Straight up. How y'all feel about that? Yeah, good morning. Salute to all y'all, man. Straight up. I appreciate y'all being here. They try to play with that boy, huh? Tap the like button. Yeah, good morning. I don't think the judge is going to revoke his probation. If she does, I believe he'll be able to withdraw his plea because of ineffective counsel. And then what? Be back on trial. Tap the like button. Salute to everybody in here. So if they let him do that, then he got to go back to court for a RICO trial, which technically I don't think nobody's guilty of the RICO so far. So it's weird that Holmes is getting charged with the RICO charge and found guilty of count one, which is just literally RICO, racketeering, and they ain't proved no furtherance of nothing. Straight up. Remember, this is Fulton County. Yo, relax and don't ever type that in my chat no more. That's irrelevant. And I don't want to argue about why you're saying that. Remember, this is Fulton County. That's irrelevant. You sound, respectfully, bro, that phrase ain't right. What you mean, sorry? Nah, like, think about it. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Like, yo, remember, this is Fulton County. Like, that's how it goes. Like, what? Ho. First off, there's a such thing as the laws. Law. How could one group of people just be accepting that they get jerked and they like to just promote it to other people? Yo, I mean, that's how it is where I'm from. Why would you be proud to say that you're dumb and call all the people where you from dumb? Or if that's where you from, I'm assuming that's where you from. If you speaking on it as if to say this is Fulton County. Well, I'm assuming you in Fulton County, bro. But why would you say that like that? Remember, like I really don't understand phrases like that. Remember, this is Fulton County. What? As if to say you in Louisiana. Man. Pandering over a criminal for what he originally did and got a plea deal. He was looking at 189 years. He lied. He pays the price. Simple. Hey, Greg, you want to come up and challenge that? It's easy to type it, right? You want to come up and challenge it with my voice, with your voice? I read it out loud. I gave you respect. It's easy to be a Republican. Is you willing to come up and speak? Or let me guess, you busy. You busy right now, ain't you? You busy right now. You busy right now. You ain't gonna pull up. I swear, can you come up and defend that point? Please. I've been dying. Yo, I'll pay you. I'll pay you to come up and defend that. I got 50. I got 50. I got 50 for Greg. I want Greg to come up and stand on this point right there. Yes, I would love to hear someone really play the advocate for the state. Yes, Greg is representing the state. He loves police. I want him to come up. Yo said pandering. Your mother be pandering. We got 100 up here. Matter of fact, I'm matching Cloud 100. I mean 50. Now I got a buck up on Cloud 50. Now, hey Greg, we got buck 50 total right now. I promise. Nah, you got meanie, KC. I feel you for being an advocate. Technically, you right. You right. Get the money, KC. But he bluffing. You feel me? He bluffing. I'm dead serious about paying him, but nah, you gotta mean it though. You feel me? It ain't gonna work right if you don't really mean it, because you ain't gonna hard body stand on it. You feel me? You shiftable. Cause you gonna be like, man, I'm tired of arguing with you, bro. I really don't even believe this. You feel me? Salute, relaxing. I appreciate it. No, I really want him to stand on that if he feel like yo is guilty or something. I really would like him to stand on that. Like, and who feel like Moon Chunk guilty or something right here? He's some type of gang. What's his rank? What's his rank in this enterprise, y'all? Damn, I wanted Greg to pop up. That's sad. I'm sad about it now. Yo said pandering over a criminal for what he originally did and got a plea deal. He was looking at 189 years. He lied. He pays the price simple. I don't think that's real, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't even think that's really how it went down. So yo got a charge. We talking about that time when he was spinning around hitting the houses. He did the time for that. He cut another Yistel charge. So what charge was he facing 189 years for? I'll wait. At what point was he facing 189 years? For what? A RICO that's not real? You can't just put OGCA on something and consider it to be a real gang just because you said it was. Yo, how many rappers recently beat their RICO? So Lucci belong in jail. Uh-oh. Hey, Greg, bring that ass. Hey, baby. Hey, Greg, where you go, baby? Come in. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. Come here, bring that ass. Bring that ass, boy. Bring that ass, boy. He bluffing, bro. Why they can't come and stand on what they be saying, bro? Like, bro, you waste all this time. You type the word pandering. All right. You wanted to get my attention. You got it. Now you hiding. Man. These boys really throwing stones and running. They like little 7-year-old kids. Golly, bro. At least pull up and stand on that, bro. I was serious. I was going to send that, bro. Come up and stand on your point. Look, and I wasn't going to get radical with you. If you really was serious. See, look, this is the thing about it. I really want to hear people's opinions if you really believe that. Like, if you really believe he belonged be locked up, I would like to hear your opinion. Where I'm from, people don't really rarely say, "Yeah, nah, he deserved that." Like, it's rare somebody really. So let me hear it. Maybe I'm unbeknownst, but Holmes don't look like he really radical. But let me ask y'all something. If YSO was being hunted, their right to bear arms, that's crazy. So they're admitting that these boys was being shot at, hunted, and they can't bear arms. That's a setup. They literally letting shell cows run around hunting people. So we could charge them for putting dudes back out on the street and putting people's whole families in danger. They was doing it on purpose. They was doing it on purpose. Yo, what if two rats caused this beef? Shell Cal should have had his own Rico. He a rat. Crazy legs. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I could tell on paper. I'm gonna keep it real. I be saying it without any real proof, but I ain't gonna lie. You could tell on paper. It's the violence, y'all. They don't look out for you that many times with that violence, y'all. They're not. You're not coming. You see what they doing. You see what they doing. Look at these real cases. Dudes getting life for these bodies, y'all. You feel me? Ag assault ain't no cakewalk. Robbery ain't no cakewalk. That ain't, they not playing about that. So anytime you look at somebody see the thing what it is, people don't look at people hold jackets. You go off of the crimes that you familiar with, yo, done got chipped off with since you known them. Type, that's your reference point. Like the stuff before then, you really don't have somebody got to put you in the mix and you still got to kind of see it because you wasn't around during that time period. So you don't know what he went through. You don't know he was facing a body and he really sat over there like 2 years and they almost had him and he slipped up out of it mysteriously. Like you really don't know that because you just meeting him. So when somebody say, yeah, he beat a body, you thinking it was official. You ain't privy to what Holmes done did. Well, they said he was robbing his own crew, right? What he said that in the interrogation, didn't he? He said yo was even taking off his own team members. I don't think Moon Tunk deserved that 30, y'all. I don't feel like this is no real gang. And technically, how we organization of a gang. And the gang ain't organized though. And they responding, to somebody that's beefing with them. Like, all right, hold on. Let me not pick YSL side because I don't know who started what or who's the aggressor. But the way it's documented in this Rico, them boys, their opposition was on their ass. It seemed like they was more responding than being, the initiators. Real rap. Now the weird part about that is that mean the police not helping. Not that you called them, but if they actually had a presence, people don't feel free to just ride around. You know what I mean? Sliding on ops, especially we all felons. So you mean to tell me we riding around full deep in a car with the straps and we feel comfortable going from A to B just riding around doing this? That mean the police is basically not doing their job, y'all. Yeah. Real rap. Like, cause look, if you in certain neighborhoods, bro, dudes ain't we can't. They sitting around there, the police stay around there, bro. It ain't worth it. Type joint. Now, if somebody cross a major line, now you like, man, I don't care who out there. But that's different. You feel me? So, Shell Cal shouldn't have had the ability to be on the street to smoke 2 YSL members. If he a rat, then that mean this Rico is theirs. They let that boy smoke Darius Ford and Christian McMillan. He wasn't supposed to be on the street. So if he a snitch that caught some bodies on the street when he shouldn't have supposed to be, this the state case, right? Uh-oh. What you think we can't prove it? Shh. Cap. Yo. Shell Cows wasn't with them boys when they rolled that Jeep with Shannon. Yeah. Shorty got hit in the car with Shannon. Shell Cows wasn't there. No. All right. Yo, what you supposed to do when you being hunted? Yo, this is bad. This is bad, bro. So dudes could come around shooting up the spot. Shell Kel put a clip of that shooting in his new song. That boy a police. Only a police would do some shit like that. That boy a police. They try and set that boy up to bait Thug and them. He trying to win. He trying to win. He playing all games. He telling, stepping, all that. He trying to win. I see what he doing. He really feels some type of way. Something ain't right. It's like it's a missing piece. Like Thug did something to him that we don't know nothing about. If he really taking it like that, if he hit Christian McMillan and Darius Ford like that, right? And he did it on the strength of he mad at Holmes. This all about Thug in the continuation. But yet you ain't get right with the guys who allegedly smoke nut though. Like it's something ain't right. Something ain't sitting right. It's like it's a missing piece. It's like it's a missing part of the battle that we missing. Like somebody got smoke we don't know about. It's like it's a body in between, y'all, that we don't know about. Real rap before Christian McMillan and Darius Ford. It's like something triggered Holmes. Hold up. Hey yo, where was Kells at before that Darius Ford? Was he locked up? It was all over that girl in Nut Chain. Nah, I am. It get a new. So I am. Explain the gap in between Nut and Darius Ford and McMahon. Head and McMahon or whatever. Big and McMahon. Like that gap don't add up. So what's in between? Ain't no way we wasn't able to get to you. So what sparked to make us light up again and get on your ass like this? Like we literally back and forth and allegedly. It don't make sense. It's like something happened that's not in here. We don't know. Because essentially it looked like it's dying down, right? We go 2015 to win. It essentially looked like it's dying down. So the police missed something? Tap the like button. Salute to everybody in here. Yo, we need 15 likes in 50 seconds, y'all. Before 20 minutes. Come on, put some likes on the board for me. This real journalism. And to be honest, yo, these other people that talk about this, I ain't toot my own horn, but these people was goofies. They can't talk about this part of this right here like this. Real rap. They don't got no context, man. Where the hell they was at? They can't even do this. They ain't never had to try to make a decision whether or not they was gonna step on somebody outside in the streets. Straight up. They don't know nothing about all that. They don't know nothing about somebody trying, yeah. These people goofies. What year did the Lucci beef kick off? The Lucci beef is embedded in the initial beef. Lucci been there the whole time. He just was an underling, or on the come up, if you will. But apparently Holmes been there since the beginning. His name mentioned early. It's just Rich Homie Quan had a little bit of more clout than Holmes at the time. They making this about rap, but it's really about picking up sides with two different blood sets. The weird part about it is, inside of the blood sets, you got layers. You got smaller gangs who joined up so they didn't get taken advantage of, then turned into Bloods, right? Neighborhood sets that's already got shit going on turning into Bloods and splitting because of fake ranks. So it's an East Coast, West Coast beef. East Coast Bloods versus West Coast Bloods. You ain't official, you ain't official. My big homie's more official than your big homies. That's what's going on? One up, salute. I appreciate that, straight up. Courtney, salute. Salute for the 100 likes, too. Y'all ran it up real quick. I wasn't even paying attention. I don't know. We made it, though. We Gucci. Well, I'm going to keep it real. If they didn't find no paper trail of thugs sending no money to nobody that's official outside of Georgia State, he ain't no official blood. First off, because the extortion to be high as a motherfucker, to be honest. To be honest. Now, I seen Holmes in pictures and all that, but I'm going to keep it real. I don't think I seen him with Pete's son and all that, bro, but like, nah, bro. Even from that angle, one of them boys probably pull Holmes up and tell him, but look, bro, you know what I mean? Like, man, listen. Boy, you trying to go to the feds, you feel me? Like, you might want to relax. Because they basically got manipulated as kids to think that all that type stuff was cool, bro. Real rap. But Thug is literally doing it while he's going into the industry. That's the difference, bro. So it's almost like they false flagging. Everything's getting situated and organized so people understand how it's supposed to be, right? During this time period, these boys running around breaking law. You could essentially say nobody's really official yet. They still sorting it out. The fact that they want to sort it out and make it official, now it's going to be official. You feel me? It's getting sorted out to be what it's supposed to be, technically. But what we was doing before we got all that situated, I mean, that kind of makes it fluff. Like it was, you feel me? In that long wire tank call with Capo Frank and Garlington, the name YSL was not mentioned one time. Damn. Nope. I don't remember it either, bro. Not once. Not a green flag. Yeah, good point, Maniac. I do not think they said it either. I don't remember it. I think you got a good one right there. Well, on that phone call, Holmes had more rank than Young Thug. How that work? How somebody from another gang got more rank with your gang? Lil Wayne is the reason for most of it. I'm gonna have to agree. And he's a fake blood, so it shows you how manipulated these kids was. We clearly, nobody where I'm from would ever say, they joined to be in a gang and allude to Lil Wayne being a real gang member. Like, it was actually a joke in the streets. Now, they younger than me, though. Yeah. They 10 years younger than me, so that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I would have had an argument talking with a 15-year-old kid trying to tell him Lil Wayne is is lying when I'm 25. He's not a gang member. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Nah, people knew. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird, bro. Because listen. DK said on the stand, "Yo, Lil Wayne is like a god." I don't remember nobody in court saying Lil Wayne is a fake blood. Birdman is a fake blood. He's not real. Like, rappers aren't real gang members. This is a new idea for people who are official to join into the music community, but it's more of a facade than it is reality. Now, on the strength of, you got some people who claim to be really street and they want to tell their story through rap lyrics. Then you got some guys who might be really official. But once they cross and join the business of the music industry, they over understand they're on their way to separate themselves from it. It's an over understanding. It don't need to even be talked about. Everybody know. Like, if you got a chance to be a rapper, everyone in the streets wants you to go do that. They all, like, they get mad at you the more you in the streets. It really gets more, like, the more we see you go do something, the more people gonna be like, yo, what are you doing here? What, like, why you here, bro? And yo, I come back around, yo, chill with all, like, what do you mean you come back around the way? Like, like, I had to keep it real with a rapper one time. I seen him in the city. Yo, you should be out of town, bro. Yeah, yeah, what's up with you? I'm happy to see you, woo, woo, woo. But technically, you shouldn't even be here. You shouldn't even be here, bro. Ain't nothing for you. Yo, you driving Lamborghinis, bro. That's, you done crossed the threshold, bro. You might as well not even, like, I don't even know why you know what I mean? I shouldn't have been able to see you coming out of this spot I just came out of, bro. I should not have been able to catch you like I caught you right now. I mean, I ain't catch you slipping. You where you want to be, but still. I know how I feel though. It feel like, I mean, you just home. What, you ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? Out of pocket. Kel co-defendant still locked on that body. I know, BS. And he ain't get locked up. No, matter of fact, I think he got locked up for it and then let go somehow. Fat Tommy. Good morning, Posted. I watched other channels that were horrible. Then I found Eban. Posted has the most informative perspective and is in touch with the people. The chat is informative. Great job. I appreciate that, Fat Tommy, straight up. And I appreciate everybody in the chat. If you're new, type something. Let us know you here. So we going over the dynamics of the current status of the trial. We had a weird little point where it looked like they trying to give Tunk 30 years. I believe it's some stipulations that can help him. It ain't just stamped that he got the 30 yet, y'all. I think it's some elements that can help the decision making. And it says right here in this paperwork right here, sentencing withheld until the completion of the initial trial of this case. So technically, he got some time. He got some space. They gonna run that 30 concurrent. Nah, I ain't even got that for him. I'm not going to do no damn 30 concurrent at goddamn. You mean 15 concurrent? Did you see the letter sent to Love on behalf of Duke? Nah, what did it say? Come on, man. He's scared. I'll be gone. 15 years to serve probation. So you saying technically he not on probation yet? Hey, man, listen. B, I don't know what type of games they playing with this. You see the way it's worded? His lawyer got to get half of that 30. What? They want the blue phone chatter to increase? Huh, man? Why the state ain't do it in front of the jury? Oh, no. He going to have to see. Oh, nah, you right. Nah, you right. How can he be on probation and not sentenced yet? It might have been another probation, B. Yeah, I think he might be on some type of. Nah, would that be parole if you came off of? Nah, you ain't got 30 at 40. I mean, technically, but like, nah, you definitely don't want to start that 30 pack at 40. Like, that ain't what you want. Unless you signed up for it. You feel me? Unless that's what you was looking for. His case ain't been adjudicated yet, meaning he shouldn't. It might be enough. You right. He shouldn't be in violation yet. They shouldn't be able to provoke. The 15 for count 6 comes after the trial. So he got the first 15. So D-Maniac saying he got the first 15 years probation. Count 1. He got that. The other one is the one hanging. So he violated the first 15, which gave him the second 15. Man. He out on bond. He hasn't been sentenced. Man, listen. Y'all see what's going on right now, right? Tap the like button. Salute to everybody in here. Y'all see what's going on, right? Y'all know we all can't be right. And we all ain't wrong. Y'all see what's going on, right? Y'all see what's going on? Lot of legalese got us twisted right now. Real rap, look. All of us ain't wrong and all of us ain't right. Listen, it's more than one of us that's right now. Listen. Something ain't right. Because listen, some people questioning, yo, how he on probation? He ain't get the time yet. There's some people like, nah, Holmes on probation. He got that. Hold on. How this ain't just flat out, though? What we doing? So he out on bail. Nah, bro, once he took that plea, that bail gone. No. So you mean to tell me this nigga got an open air plea, whereas though it ain't, the gavel ain't been hit yet. That's what we doing? He's still in court. He's in a big ass court case. That's what we saying. How you violate? How you violate? Which set of probation is this? If he facing 30, nobody ever said he was facing 30. Hold on, y'all. Ho. Is we jumping the gun? No, we not. Shorty put in no paperwork that say a violation and she insinuated it was for this, so we right with the 30. 35, 15, 15, and 5. They said something was wrong about the extra 5, didn't they? They said that 5 wasn't right. That was partly why he should beat it, because the time that was on the final piece of paper wasn't even the right amount of time. True or false? Uh-oh. I found the hole. The paperwork ain't had the right time on it. That was one of the catches that the lawyer didn't catch. $33% of their time. Yo, that extra 5 was a problem, y'all. And the lawyer admitted that that shit wasn't supposed to, hold on. They admitted in court that wasn't supposed to have been on there. Didn't we get to that? The state messed up and put an extra 5 on the shit? Hold on. Was that a thing? That extra 5 that we was talking about, that shit wasn't even supposed to be on there. And the lawyer didn't see it. Which means that the goddamn state be spinning. How the hell you give a nigga extra 5? That's dirty, bro. 15 plus 15. You see what that is? Where you get this other 5 piece? And then try to really slide it in, though. Right said number 8 on the signing statement wasn't supposed to be in there. Man. He is sentenced to 15 years probation. The other is what? Okay, I see. So the count 1 went through. And count 2 was to be finalized once the trial is over. Sentencing withheld until the completion of this trial. Man, that's got to be crazy sitting there waiting for that. Yo, who remember in the interview that boy saying dudes ain't getting no paid lawyers? That boy need a lawyer. That boy need a lawyer. Yo, how does state mess up that plea deal, though? Like, what we doing with mistyping in? Like, it was some weird stipulations when they was going over that plea deal, y'all. Remember when the lawyer was up there and they was going back and forth about how they worked out the plea deal? It was a lot of little things that sounded funny around that, but I ain't gonna lie. Like, I started dozing off. It was boring, but I couldn't understand how it was so much to debate about. Yo, plea deals is pretty flat out. For real. You ain't got too many bargaining chips when you at that plea deal situation, bro. Like, for you to be like, nah, and all that, like, so, but they was doing that. She actually was engaging with, like they had like some type of tug of war, like it was leverage or something, like something ain't right. Amy say, I seen a lawyer say OCGA firearm charge only supposed to have a sentence of 1 to 10 years. They cited the wrong statute with the wrong sentences. Yo, it's hard for me to believe that the state did that by mistake. Real rap. Yo, this type of stuff is so like how you get it wrong when we talking about copying and pasting. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you got a system and it got a preset number that go with it, to change that number to something else is almost like it takes strategy. Because everybody know what the number for that is. So it's like when you see numbers get altered inside of systems, who did it? That's not a mistake. So when somebody say, yo, technically that gun charge ain't even supposed to hold no 15. It kind of, you feel me? Like what we dealing with here? We got people, the state making mistakes on paperwork and it's going through getting processed. That's crazy in itself. Like ain't no checks and balances to make sure dudes ain't getting, like, so you mean to tell me somebody's pen can get me more time and it can be a mistake and no one checked it? We need some type of algorithm to go through the system to make sure everybody, T's and I's is dotted and crossed. You feel me? Real rap. Because if human error, if that's what we looking at, that's what we doing? I mean, say that we just speculate. I mean, we hypothetically speaking about this idea. We didn't see numerous times where some type of paperwork mistake with some type of human error has been introduced, y'all. Real rap. At some key moments. I don't know if y'all noticed. It's been a couple little things that's basically a human put something wrong. That's like, you feel me? Somebody could have got the short end of the stick from it. Real rap. This didn't happen more than once. This ain't the only time. And maybe this one ain't official. But the whole point is we done came to a spot where as though we know this does happen. Now, what we talking about now is we did clarify that Holmes facing 30 and not 35. But when they was in court, they clarified that 5 was put on there mistakenly. That's the truth, right? $28. Oh, because he got 2 in? Did he do a whole 2? Sounds like his lawyer didn't really read the agreement and didn't explain it to his client. Leonard, it was proven in court that he didn't really read it. It was a mistake on the final one that he didn't catch, and he allowed his client to sign it. And he admitted on the stand that I didn't see that. So technically, didn't they video him accepting the plea? Hell yeah, he was looking down like a puppy dog. I felt bad when he was doing it because of the way he didn't even want to look up. Can you pay the lawyer? No, the lawyer said on the stand, he said he ain't see it. Bro, hold on, hold. If we gonna get some type of lawyer excuse because the lawyer didn't properly prepare us to understand what was going on, it's going down. If out of any situation where you could get that to happen, this one, he got up there and said, I ain't see that. He basically admitted that they changed it and he didn't see the final one that his client signed. If I'm correct. This the one reason we don't need a black woman president. Hold on, DJ. I ain't letting you do that. I want a black woman president, and she ain't black. But still, I ain't doing that with you. All right, DJ, you got that. I ain't even. I ain't doing that with you. Say less. I don't agree with that overall statement. Hold on, bro. Yeah, we can debate about that at another time, bro. I don't see no problem with it, though. I'm going to keep it real. It can't be no worse than what we done already seen. You do know we had 2 dudes named Bush? You don't know why folks always bring race into it. We talking about the presidency, lady. If you so soft, you got to leave because of the someone brought up the actual concept that was introduced by the people who founded United States. This concept wasn't brought up by the poor people. Yeah. So you could thank the people at the top of the pyramid for race division. So if you was so thin skinned, you felt some type of way because we spoke on race in context, not racistly. Yeah, I said it. Not racistly. Yeah, stop playing. Yeah, baby. Yeah, you try to insinuate that it's race. We not even stop. So you being soft, leave anyway. Dusty, chalky, lame. Coming here talking about, I always want to talk about, that's cat. Get your dumb ass out of here. Come in here lying. We don't even talk like that. Shut up. I defend the conversation from going into that context anyway, because we share space on this whole planet. So if you don't respect me for not being racist, you wouldn't even say that in my chat, dummy. But you was just trying to be a clown anyway, just like your peoples, dummy. But while you at it, you got a whole bunch of history you need to go, hey, Hall, stand down. Don't ever tell me to ignore nobody. I know when they ignore people. Man down. If you've been around for a minute, you would never say that to me. You would talk to the ops. Relax. I'm barely giving them any energy. Relax. It's deserved. Stop. Stop. No, you wait a minute. You wait a minute. We got time. I know when to respond. Shorty try to insinuate something. Don't tell me when to catch trash. I keep my lawn clean. And I can still cut the lawn and pick up trash at the same time. I got you, baby. I got you. What you think, I ain't coming back to what we was talking about? How many times I done showed you, boy? Come on, boy. Keep up. But certain things need to be addressed. She ain't tight no more. So my streak up. I be crushing clowns in the chat. My streak up. Y'all ain't notice how they never respond? But the idea that she tried to leave, did I tackle it? Did I address what she tried to insinuate? So who won? So let me say, if I let that subliminal idea float in my chat and I don't address certain things at certain times, I'm leaving room for someone to actually take in what they said and not hear my defense. So that would be like a state presenting their case and the defense don't get to speak against the witness or question the witness. Ha, try again. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah. It keep me sharp, too. It keep me sharp. Yeah, we can get back to it now. And look, another thing. We wasn't on no specific topic. We was kind of just, floating stuff in the air. We're talking about Mootunk, the different elements of the 30 years possibly that he facing. But technically, it's about time for them to pop up in the courtroom. So we right on time with what we need to be doing. You feel me? Nah, Hall, I don't want no smoke. But nah, I ain't, come on. Hall, once I go on a 15-minute rant, bring me back. Bring me back, Hall. You feel me? If I go on, let me go for about 2, 3. I should be good for a 2 to 3 minute joke. You feel me? Now listen, if we at a pertinent time and they come through and I just stop everything and get nutty, yeah, you right, Hall. Get me. Yeah, you got that, Hall. You catch me getting willy-nilly for no reason. Yeah, like in the middle of some pertinent action. Yeah, hey, Poach, relax. Let us watch this shit real quick. You tripping. Yo, to be honest, I don't know what I'm smoking right now, y'all. I done took the tops off all these containers, man. It's just, I'm just, who knows? Hold on, let me see. Hold. Oh, dank dog. I ain't gonna lie though. All this shit started being the same at the minute, though, y'all. I'm gonna keep it real. Like the first blunt or two of the batch got like a nice, like, oh, okay. Once you start smoking all that back to back, man, this shit start tasting the same. Then you start to like try to roll a bigger one, right? Like on some more. Let me put more in there so I make sure I get like, yeah. To be honest, you get used to it regardless, bro. Like I don't know. Like you can have something that got the best flavor, y'all. I'm telling you. Before you get to 14 grams, that ain't kicking like that no more. I'm talking about just when you first got it, though, it was banging. I'm talking about, whoa, look here. Yo, here. Man. Hey, now, if I could get something that could hold its flavor consistently, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that's tight. The whole moral to the story is, y'all, you shouldn't smoke back to back like that. If you want to enjoy it, don't back to back. Nah, pace yourself. Real rap. If you really want to enjoy it, y'all, do not make this a back to back habit. You feel me? You should not be going to the dispensary and not being impressed. The dispensary should be impressive. Anytime you go to a dispensary and they got a whole menu and you scroll through this whole menu and you know everything on it, yo, that's not right. I'm just letting you know. You just killed the whole party. Like, bro, yo, so to anybody that smoke, yo, stay a little bit unknowing for real. So it's still you get a little bit of hope and hype when you see shit. You feel? Because otherwise, yo, you gonna be like, man, I ain't even prep. You keep smoking the same strains, nothing new pop up. It don't even excite you. I did find something the other day, yo, that was tight. It's called Oreo something. Hold on. I don't know what I did with it. Got a wild name, man. It's Oreo something. Moon Rock, even Moon Rocks. We had a ounce of Moon Rocks before. It was banging. First, I'm talking about it was banging, right? By the time I got about, I'm gonna say about 10 grams in, man, that shit, Oreo Blizzard. Yup, Oreo Blizzard, baby. Oreo Blizzard. Yeah, my man been on the same menu as me. I wasn't gonna try it either, too, because I skipped it. I skipped it because it said Oreo, right? And then something told me, yo, you might as well go ahead and see it see what it's talking about. See what it's talking about. Lean? Yeah. I mean, it done turned into a rich man situation though. Yeah. You gotta really be up, boy. You gotta be up to play that game. You ain't gonna just walk, you ain't gonna just catch the average person. That I'm gonna say you out on the streets and you run into it, that ain't right. But yeah, guys still playing. But a lot of the guys, them boys ruined their bodies. So they told the next group, you feel me? A lot of the champions that was really playing, they was playing hardcore. So they like, yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, the prices is super, super high. That's rich man joint right there. All right, so look, y'all. Hold on. If y'all see the trial start, let me know too. Cause sometimes I don't be saying it on mine for some reason. And we're live. It started 6 minutes ago, yo. We ain't here. Woody got another video. Visiting Atlanta, Georgia, most dangerous hoods. Yo, dude. Yo, they don't even know that they getting dudes locked up making those videos. What do you mean, most dangerous hoods? Tap the like button. Salute to everybody here. You just see the video. Some little dudes took Woody chain for real. E-Man, you got to get Trap Commando on here. He the one who, you know him? I've been saying, I know what's going on with him. I know. You must don't be around. I told dudes, tell him pull up. He a clown. He a clown. Send me the video, Immaculate. $21 Savage crew took his chain. Oh, it's a wrap. No, man, the chain was a knockoff hood store copy. What? That chain, what, that cross? 21 Savage ain't right, though. Yo, you don't get no cool points. They was trolling. They wasn't telling the truth. You should have shot him. Taking home's change don't count, bro. Nah, cuz. Nah. No, sir. I'm not what? To take his chain. That don't even, man, listen, we grown, bro. Like, we putting fire on it. When you playing games, man, we grown ass men taking a chain. What? You let him live. How 21 ain't right? Figure it out. Figure it out. Hey. 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 Nah, I'm going to say this, John. I went through Holmes' timeline. I wasn't looking for dirt on Holmes. I was looking for just a timeline to establish the Dr. Malachi York connection. So upon me looking at this connection, I found a slew of other things that just gave me, Holmes ain't right. This storyline is unbelievable. Now, his mother used to mess with Dr. York. No, don't quote me. She was a part of the clique. I think it's written like, nah, she just was on the campus and type shit. Man, he was smashed. Yeah. Nah, who knows what that was? I ain't gonna call him a cult. It was fishy. They was having puffy parties, man. Yeah, New Orleans. But the trick, what it is, before they went to Atlanta, Holmes had mad. He only went to Atlanta because he was on the run, first off. Yeah, I ain't gonna get into it. Salute to everybody in here. Good morning, though. We waiting on them to pop up in the courtroom. They got the cams on. Yeah. Yeah, y'all. I don't want to get to, talking crazy about it, but it's weird though. His timeline in totality. If you ask me, I say he got a wild ass timeline. Yo, the luck of draw that your mother messed with Malachi York, and then knowing Malachi York's connection to the music industry, or if she did mess with Malachi York, don't quote me on that. I think I might have been adding that part. Just because she looked like she was smashable, I was thinking if he was really smashing, then he probably was smashing your mom's too, because she looked like she was smashable, right? So that might have just been the man in me that was insinuating that why wouldn't, you know what I mean, 21 Savage moms want to let Dr. York Smash. You feel me? So that might have been me adding that part. They definitely lived there, though. Yeah, that nudie cousin thing, tricky. Holmes living out the country. It's bro. It's just a lot of little elements, bro, to make up the story. That's kind of like, whoa. Nah, I ain't read Ashley Merchant letter yet. Nah, I'm really not impressed for it. Yeah, I really don't go off mainstream media. I feel like they be controlling what we think about. So I'm gonna have to say fuck that letter and Ashley Merchant. Yup, and the people that know what she be doing. So like. But I'm gonna have to say, JC, did you see the interview I did with Mootung? Or I think that shit more important than Ashley Merchant. Fuck Ashley Merchant. What you think about that, JC? Huh? Nah, Minnie Perkins. Fuck out of here. Fuck you and JC. We ain't asking about what it say. Fuck that letter. And fuck that lady. Yeah. Straight like that. Fuck that letter. Niggas don't be reading. The fuck niggas give a fuck about what Ashley Merchant typed up all of a sudden. It's mad motherfucking shit to read. Why the fuck niggas only read what get posted on Twitter and told to niggas to read at current time? Niggas don't go backwards and read? Do you know how much motherfucking case law out there that's got mad pertinent points? And you come up talking about goddamn Ashley Merchant. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Bitch, stand down. Fuck wrong with niggas. Niggas keep talking about current shit that get posted, man. Stop playing with me. You know how much important and pertinent information is out here. You need to keep telling me about what's being told you to promote. Yeah, stay away from me with that. You know how much shit I be bringing up? Nobody don't go nowhere and say, yo, do you see that shit posted brought up the other day? You ain't gonna sit up here and tell me that I ain't brought something to the table. What? That Alex White story? Did you watch that? You know about that Alex White story? Yeah, tell Ashley Merchant to give us all the paperwork that tell us about Alex White. Until any of these lawyers bust down all that paperwork that come from them Alex White files to show us how these snitches really be working with Atlanta, when they ain't talking about nothing. Yeah. Yup. So don't talk about me about nobody until you talking about Alex White. Fuck Ashley. And yo, to be honest, bro, Shorty look like she railroad niggas on regular days. To be honest. Who, Alex White? I ain't breaking shit down. Fuck you. Figure it out. Bitch. 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 I did my job. Now, bitch, I did my job. Went past what I'm glad I was smart enough to not go further. Because I had more data. I had more data for the Alex White situation. But something told me, yo, just go in. Don't spend no goddamn whole week trying to put this shit into some type of pretty ass format. Fuck no. Just go in, put that shit up there, and if they see it, they see it. Because they don't want to promote you when you go in, you dig in a hole and really find something pertinent. Maybe you missed it. Hey, maybe you did. Who knows? Who'd have thunk it? It's weird, though, that I said that, though. The videos that has actually got more value and I put more effort into, they're irrelevant. It's sitting there. It got like 3,000 views. story is crazy and real and factual with paperwork. Even got a live goddamn police recording of a dude saying he running from APD. Yeah. And the goddamn dispatcher covering the call up, trying to get him to stop. But nobody ain't give a fuck. Nobody ain't call in and say, yo, I ain't, man, listen. Yo, this shit need to go viral, bro. This shit better than what Ashley Merchant be talking about. All these lawyers know about these old cases where clear heavy-duty corruption been going on. Why they not using none of these examples? Shit ain't new.
Everybody, y'all can be seated.
Nah, no disrespect, y'all, but look, we be putting, hey, look, we letting the algorithm tell us what to talk about. Just to let y'all know, anytime people say, hey, did you see? You didn't research to go find that. That was on the surface of your application, and you brought it to me. That's what they intended us to see. Why would you bring something that was on the surface if I purposely stay away from the surface of news? Judge got on makeup today to give her some color. Was she smitten with somebody in the court? Let's rock. Good morning.
All right, I know that some motions in limine just got filed. I haven't even had a chance to look at what those might be yet.
Oh my God. Who the fuck brought that boy the leather coat? Man. Hey, yo, this nigga think he the fucking Fonz. Nah, we ain't doing that. I got you today. Nah. He got me beat. Yo, who winning, y'all? Me or Yak, man. That's the bullshit. That's the bullshit, man. That's the bullshit, man. Ashley Merchant got on that coat. Fuck out of here.
Has the state seen him?
No, Your Honor.
That motherfucker look like it cost a couple too.
I'm pulling it up now.
Oh, he tried to rock the polo. He seen me, y'all. He got the rugby underneath. I give him that. He killed me, but he got the posted rugby on underneath. Nobody ain't rocked that rugby all year in this court, y'all. He got the rugby underneath. You ain't see, look. He got the posted rugby, y'all. Y'all know I bust that out first. Look. Yeah. Oh, he got the short rugby. Nah, ho. He got some high-end shit on. Oh, these bitch-ass niggas. These bitch-ass niggas try to stun on me today. Okay.
Huh. Is Mr.
Somebody told these niggas I was out here styling. Now these niggas coming in profiling and shit on me. Okay.
Sprinkle available right now?
We can
Have him come out.
Oh, that flannel inside that motherfucker. Nice. This is my type of shit right here, baby. I ain't gonna lie. That's my type of shit right there, baby.
Over here.
Yeah.
Your Honor. Mm-hmm. Can I briefly address something before?
Yeah.
It's a shacket. Whoa! Look, he know he fresh. Look how he looking at the camera. Oh, now you want to rap lyrics and shit. Oh!
I appreciate you
Yo,
to us the ex parte communication.
niggas dragging on me today.
Madam DA Fani Willis. Given the sensitivity and the history in this case of ex parte meetings or maybe communications, would you just please request the state? I understand probably what was behind that communications. And of course, it is great for a boss to buck up an underling who has perhaps been attacked or maligned. But I don't believe that, and I don't think the court does either, that the court should have been copied on that communications, especially one that reads maybe more like a campaign. And the history in this case, given the sensitivity and the history in this case of ex parte meetings or maybe communications, would you just please request the state? I understand probably what was behind that communications. And of course, it is great for a boss to buck up an underling who has perhaps been attacked or maligned. But I don't believe that, and I don't think the court does either, that the court should have been copied on that communications, especially one that reads maybe more like a campaign ad with a source story in it anyway, I just don't believe it was appropriate, and I would just ask you to please ask the state to halt any future communications ex parte they might want to have with this court. That's all I have to say. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, it's a shame that the court would even have to say something like that. But can you all please communicate to everybody in the DA's office to not have any sort of ex parte communications with the court? And y'all may not even know what I'm talking about because I don't think either of you was copied on that email, but Ms. Love was. Ms. Hilton, you were as well?
I do, Your Honor, and I don't know, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think we have a different perception of direct communication with the court, but we will make sure that.
But the court was copied on it. And it could have been an accident, but
Your Honor,
it should have been careful.
But the state did not have the initial conversation with the court. That was a community member, and it was very much a reply. Also, was not a direct communication with the court, but we understand the court's perspective. We understand what the court is saying.
Oh, excuse me. I just need to take issue with the fact that it wasn't a direct communication from the court. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Can you hear me now? I didn't mean to act like Max Sharp. I take issue with the. Any type of suggestion that this was not a direct communication with the court, it went from Madam DA Fani Willis to this court. It was a direct communication to this court. It was inappropriate. It was praising Georgia's RICO statute.
Yo, to be honest, Yak looked like somebody's uncle at the Christmas party. That's too slick for his own good. Look at him. He had the Christmas party with the level on. He like, I'm telling you, young blood, hell yeah. This shit ain't always the same out here. Since I came home from the military, y'all, man, it's crazy out here in the streets. You in the kitchen talking to you with that fucking level on. Look at his head. Yo look like...
It's to the court, which, again, was not appropriate, Your Honor.
Frankly, I think it might be
Yo look like your mother's slick-ass brother. He too slick.
a good idea to print out the email and make it a court's exhibit to this record. But I think what Ms. Hilton was just saying was that the original communication was not from the district attorney's office. The original communication was, I don't know who this person is or where in the world they are, but some member of the world, member of the public, emailing Ms. Love directly, but copying several other people, the court included, because of course our email addresses are a matter of public record. And, you know, I basically ignored it and deleted it. But as you all know, because I forwarded the next communication to everybody, the elected DA, Ms. Willis,
Judge went and got her bottom lip done.
made a decision to respond and directed that response to Ms.
She looked like 1998 Michael Jackson right here. I swear, one of the Michael Jacksons had this same look where his hair used to cover most of his face and you could just see his jaw and his chin. I swear, the same nose, the same head to this jawline structure. This is Michael Jackson when he married Lisa Marie Presley. This is Mike and Lisa. This the Michael Presley. This is Mike when this is Mike Jack Presley right here.
Love, but kept everybody, including the person who had made the original email communication and the court on her response to Miss Love. And I believe that to be ex parte, and that is the reason why as soon as I read it, I had Ms. Persifield forward it to all counsel, because I don't think that should be going on.
I certainly appreciated that, Your Honor.
And the court really has
Yo.
ignored entirely
Yo.
the substance of the communication, because the court is not making any decisions based on whether I think the RICO statute is good or bad. That's not what judges do. The legislature enacts statutes. I apply them
She talking
hopefully
like love.
correctly.
And I have no
or
concern.
whether anybody thinks any attorney is doing a good or a bad job. I'm just sitting here trying to follow the law.
Yeah, and I'm not concerned about any impact on the court from that communication.
Yeah.
It's just
Yo, she got that living color in her today, don't she?
the
Shouldn't be
communication
happening.
itself. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, Ms. Persifield, if you don't mind printing that out. And I have no idea what court exhibit number we're on, but if somebody can figure that out, we'll number it. Court's exhibit number, whatever the next one is. Do you know?
Your Honor, our numbering system is broken down by act, which is why we have the different letters. So
Oh, no. Court exhibits.
I will check that, Your Honor.
Yo, you can't see her eyes, yo. What is that?
We don't know, Your Honor.
I mean, I don't know either, but
Bro,
somebody does. The court reporter, or the last court reporter, maybe. But anyway, we'll get that figured out and make that a court's exhibit. Okay.
I want to look at her. That's the eyeshadow doing that? Like, I can't, I can't see into her soul, bro.
Mr. Sprinkle is on his way.
Okay, thank you.
She blocking it. She got on like some old neutralizing contacts, like,
So I can't imagine that I am going to grant motion in limine number. Is it numbered? This one's not numbered. But the
had a rough
motion
night.
that requests work product of the defense of the prosecution, but I haven't gotten through the entirety of it yet. Nor, I suppose, has the district attorney. And they would be entitled to respond, but that just doesn't seem like an appropriate thing to do. I'm going to give them a chance to
oh, she got on lashes.
take a look at it and digest it and respond.
Oh. Yo, Rod need this lady here every day, y'all. No disrespect to Miss Williams, but this little lady right here look like she is not playing. Seriously. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I like her. She moving, she ready to be doing some things.
I think probably on all of motion number 65, I'm apparently looking at them out of order, but And number 64, we're going to give, we might be able to take them up this afternoon, but I'm going to give the prosecution at least through the lunch hour to respond to those. So we'll address those after lunch. Okay.
Yo, I was watching the Menendez brothers, bro. The lawyers had a fake courtroom in their office to test niggas on
Your
the
Honor?
stand.
Yes.
I will say that I know this morning we're going to be discussing some of the Instagram content of Mr. Ryan, and I think the argument which comes.
I knew she was on the ass, y'all. I seen her. Hey, yo, maybe I'm a geek. I can tell when I see people over there on their laptop. I can tell when somebody bluffing and when you really on some shit. Straight up, y'all. I can tell. Yeah, I knew. I knew. I could feel it through the screen. Shorty was over there on some shit.
Comes up in number 64. It's also going to be relevant during those discussions.
Okay, I didn't even look at 64 very carefully, honestly. Thought I would look at it at lunch as well. So let me take.
Now, I certainly will take a look at it too, because I always appreciate Mr. Steele bringing me the law I need.
Damn. Up, she just sent the shot out. Yeah, still be coming through, dropping that law. Up. Look, she don't even be hardly there. And she just said, Holmes he even be hitting me with the work. He just told, look, yeah, he always, shit, niggas be grateful he come through and drop that pack.
Okay, well, let's turn for now to the issues that we're going to tackle about the evidence surrounding Mr. Ryan. Let me find my notebook.
She's stepping up to the plate. She know it's a big moment for her career. She ain't down. If you was bluffing and you came across this little situation, man, you better hop in the mix. Man, she's sitting all the way straight back in the chair. That's how you know Shorty ain't bluffing. She's sitting in the chair properly. It's hard to even sit in the chair like that. You know how flat your ass gotta be for you to sit in the chair like that? Man. I mean, you don't do no twerking. If you locked into your job, if you can sit in that chair like that.
All right. Did the state get a chance to look at the law sent over about the in-life photograph and what y'all's position on introducing that photograph through the mother?
Yes, Your Honor. We'll meet with Ms. Holmes again, but I don't. Good morning. We'll meet with Ms. Holmes again. In our previous meetings with her, she has not been overly emotional about this case with involving her son. Her being on stand will be very limited to getting in the photo, and then she will be completed with her testimony. And so we believe, just given the witnesses that we have, that she would be the best witness to enter into that photograph. Ms. Smith is the individual we believe assisting in setting up this homicide. Mr. Uten and Mr. Mitchell, at this juncture, in all honesty, are not very cooperative. And so those individuals
yes.
bring in this picture of...
Yes. They finally admitting it. Yo, that's two important witnesses, y'all, to look at Rod, look at her. I think they got something to do with a robbery, including Rod. It's either Rod or Quay. But either way, they some witnesses that's basically supposed to be testifying against these boys. If they don't want to show up, y'all, this another overt act that's going to be out the window. Remember I told you we getting away from Thug. It's going to start fading and start looking like, yo, but what's up with Thug? What this got to do with Holmes? It's going to get worse. But if these witnesses don't want to come, man, this case is, man.
Mr. Holmes, we believe would be inappropriate. The mother can do it.
Honestly, I can't hear that one either.
The mother can bring in this photograph. She will be up here for a very limited purpose, and we believe that it would not violate GOOT or any other of the other.
That mic is not working.
Yes, lady, you need a new. Hold on. Let me fix this shit for y'all. All right, y'all. When a judge says she can't hear, clearly she does not have a speaker specifically for her. If we hear, the judge should hear. So all this, oh, I can't hear you shit, that's cat. Now, what I noticed is they got a goddamn audio system that's playing through these speakers right here, right? So if they using this speaker right here, I'm hoping it's another one somewhere in this room. But if that's the case, then it's a weird-ass situation, right? Because, look, I ain't going to get into too many more details. Long story short, the judge need a goddamn speaker up here. Right here, little speaker just like I got. Come on, this is crazy, y'all. This crazy. It's too many ways to solve this. We talking about we got earpieces and all types of shit that she could tuck behind her ear. We'd have never knew she had the headphones on. Real rap. This is crazy.
You have to hold it closer to your mouth.
This is crazy.
Okay.
A microphone's supposed to be 6 inches away from your mouth, man.
So you believe that whichever one of those witnesses that was in the car, if you said, is this whatever the person's name is, they would say, I have no idea?
If you get less than 6 inches, you're going to start hearing breathing, and that's when it starts sounding over bassy.
It's very possible, Your Honor. At this juncture, all of our witnesses who come in here should be able to answer simple questions. Unfortunately, do not.
Yo.
We've seen it time and time again. Simple questions.
Go to the podium.
Okay, you know what? How about try it with one of them, and if they refuse to identify the photo, then call the mom. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
And then, Your Honor, also for the in-life photo, Mariah Smith, who's going to be a witness, they're going to show her a photo that she posted on her Instagram anyway. So having two photos of Mr. Holmes would be cumulative.
That lady ain't no audio engineer. That lady do not know what she doing.
We will follow the court's instruction. We will try to get it in through one of the other witnesses.
Okay. All right, and then, I mean, if it's already, it's the same, it's not the same photo, is it?
No, Your Honor.
Is there going to be some other purpose for the Instagram photo with, what page number are these people on? Do y'all know?
Hilton going braless? What's she doing?
16.
On a silk blouse showing her cleavage? What's she doing? She's sporty today, ain't she?
Okay, Miss Smith, the
A new
Instagram
attitude.
photo of Mr. Holmes, you'd be using it.
If we choose to, that's one of the pictures that we place in the items to discuss.
Okay.
So we are deciding, as we would with any witness, what evidence we're going to admit. So we may or may not admit that Instagram.
Okay, well, if there would be no other purpose for it, then it would be cumulative. There may be some.
Hold on. I like it. I like it. I think she got bra on. Yeah, you can see the back strap. It's a smooth ass bra. It's a smooth ass bra.
Okay. Okay, Miss Smith.
I'm the co-worker that might see. I'd have got a charge. I'd have told her, that's a nice bra you got on today.
The Instagram photo of Mr. Holmes, you'd be using it?
If we choose to, that's one of the pictures that we place in the items to discuss.
Okay.
So we are deciding, as we would with any witness, what evidence we're going to admit. So we may or may not admit that Instagram.
Okay, well, if there would be no other purpose for it, then it would be cumulative. There may be some other purpose they might have.
Your Honor, I expect that photo to come in through Ms. Smith. She testified at the original trial. When she spoke to officers, she said she spoke to the victim every day at trial. She said she'd never met him before that night. And of course, she's posted a photo of him on Instagram. So we certainly anticipate bringing it in to impeach her from her trial testimony that she didn't know him.
Oh.
All right, but I mean, that would be after you'd be cross-examining, so I would imagine if they
Nah, Hilton looked better than Sexy Red.
ask the same question, they could do the same thing.
Sure.
All right. Yes.
Sexy Red looked like the chick that wants you to smash that you don't want to smash. Yup. Keep throwing the ass at you. And you like, nah. They like, yo, hey, yo, Sexy want to holler at you. Yo, tell her leave me alone. She ain't fucking sexy.
Good morning.
Who called her that? I'd have been mad around the way she'd have kept looking for me. Y'all seen posted? Nah, tell her I ain't around.
Which is G-U-B-E, G-U-D-E, Good, versus State 313 Georgia, 859. It's in Division 2B, as in Barry. It's 2022 case. And I've litigated this. And I know the court said it yesterday. In a murder case, God forbid, the in-life photograph is relevant because you have to show that the person was alive, and then is the corpus delicti is no longer living. But this is a conspiracy RICO count. So the overt acts don't, and that's going to be another issue that we argue before your honorable court whenever you call it, but those overt acts don't have to be proven. It just has to be contemplated that that's what the conspiracy is about, and that overt act has been commenced in some way. It could be a lawful act. But here, the state is putting in, or wants to put in through a parent, the loss of a child. That's just unbearable.
Damn.
And whether they're going to cry or show their emotions or not, I'm not so sure that it has much relevance. I don't believe anybody is going to argue that the person wasn't a human being. And under the
Damn. What? Damn.
Paragraph 2B of the Good case, the Supreme Court specifically talks about that, it may not even be relevant, and then it would be a waste of time, and it would be prejudicial, especially if another photograph is coming in. So I just want it to be waged that that's the objection. And we're going to have...
Yo, without this part right here, without the state winning this section of the case, the Lil Rod part, the RICO over, y'all. No pattern of crimes. So if we throw anybody out, no, we need this one out. We need this body out. This breaks the pattern. Yeah, the pattern of murder. So in order for it to be a RICO, you need a pattern of crime within 4 years. So if they make it to where as though Rod is not included in this, if somehow they can throw reasonable doubt in the air of his guilt, then that takes away the pattern. You get what I'm saying? Because you got Donovan Thomas, then you got this one. If you don't get this one, then 4 years is over. And it reset the gap on the pattern. You see what I'm saying? According to law.
Have another killing in this case, and I know Mr. Williams is not involved in these, but it's wearing on a jury because those things go back to the jurors during deliberation. So I would like the court not to include an in-life photograph. except obviously Instagram or something like that if it's coming in anyway.
All right, well, we'll see how it ends up coming in. Okay, let's, I guess the autopsy photos, there's been an offer by the defense for Mr. Ryan to stipulate to the cause of Mr. Holmes, the manner of Mr. Holmes's death.
Yes, Your Honor. In discussing with defense counsel, we asked if they would be willing to stipulate to the autopsy report and the autopsy photos. They've decided they do not want to stipulate to the autopsy report and photos, but only to the manner of death. While we understand that
Autopsy photos will always be cumulative and I don't know the other legal word or term, right? But technically, I think autopsy photos are proof that the state doesn't have that much of a case and they going for shock. Because otherwise, you wouldn't even want to reoffend the family, right? Prejudicial? Okay. Thank you, Blue. So look, me being the DA, I don't want to see these pictures if I'm the family member. So I will put myself in their shoes. And of course, I want them in the courtroom, technically, because I want them to see justice, right? But do I want them to relive this? I mean, every murder trial, more than likely, is down the road where people is dealing with healing, right? Why would I spark this and put this up in front of So can I make my case with evidence instead of just showing something that's just, can regular people look at an autopsy photo and determine what happened? You feel me? It's not needed to make a case. So I think it's always extra. Always. It's like, come on, bro. Me making a case against somebody to prove that you did it, I don't need to, make people sick in the courtroom to prove my case. So I'm going to show some shit that make people say, oh, and look away. Nah, bro. Come on, bro. That's something people wouldn't even normally never see. So why they get in the courtroom? They giving us, they the jury. They doing their jury duty. I want to take them for the rest of their life. I don't want to do that to the family or the jury. Think about that. If I was the state, I could make my case without it. Seriously, I would never do that if I was a prosecutor, y'all. Never. I'm nailing niggas without that. I don't need no motherfucking smoke and mirrors to help get these bulls smashed. Nah. Nope. If you did it, bro. Yes. Give me the firearms, the motive. These boys was willy-nilly. You feel me? We ain't got to get into showing no pictures of no autopsies, man. That's sickening.
Mr. Holmes is only charged with the RICO count.
Mr. Ryan.
Mr. Ryan, I'm sorry. Is only charged with the RICO count. And the murder is an overt act. We still have to show or prove the overt act for the jury to believe that it is a part of the conspiracy. And with that, Your Honor, Ms. D. Williams in her opening statement didn't say these words exactly, but alluded to the fact that her client was innocent of the underlying murder, which was the overt act in this case. I think her words were similar to, he's here, he's been convicted, but that's because he didn't have a good defense, something to that effect. And that was stated in opening. So the state, we believe, still have to prove the underlying overt act, which is the homicide. Initially, the state was trying to avoid calling Dr. Sullivan and an ability to get in I think we showed the court 3 pictures initially. Mm-hmm. Defense objected to the omission of those 3 pictures. And so the state at this time is prepared to call Dr. Sullivan for the limited purposes of talking about Mr. Holmes' injuries and admitting into evidence at least 3 photos. We don't intend to, honestly, we would ask the defense that they would stipulate that Dr. Sullivan is an expert, so we don't have to go through that line of questioning, but be able to prove our case, show that how he died, the manner of his death, and those 3 autopsy photos. We don't believe Dr. Sullivan's testimony would take longer than 10 to 15 minutes if we're able to get directly to the point of how he died, where his injuries were, and we would conclude our testimony at that point.
So, what is the defense willing to stipulate to?
That his cause of death was a bullet to the brain, to the head. That's about it. And then the two victims that were also in the car, they could testify that they saw him in the car. They saw him, I guess, go over. Who else could testify? And then that's about it. I mean, I don't understand why they need the autopsy photos. So that's why I have the 401, 402, and 403 objection. They're only doing this.
She too soft. That tone ain't it. Put your weight on it, shorty.
To inflame the jury. There's no reason to bring in the autopsy photos.
Okay, well, they hardly picked photos that would inflame anybody.
Well, if she
I've been taking up for her, y'all. That jacket and that voice ain't gonna do it. We need some, somebody get her on the line, y'all. Come on, baby. It's time to shine, baby. Nah.
had a 15-year-old on an autopsy table, which is what they did in their
Well,
opening.
you know
would
what?
inflame the
He got
jury.
killed.
Whoa. Oh, shit.
He did, and they did a murder trial, and my client was wrongfully
Wait, yeah, okay.
convicted.
Well, if you're making that,
Oh.
picked photos that would inflame anybody.
Well, if seeing a 15-year-old on an autopsy table, which is what they did in their
Well,
opening,
you know
would
what?
inflame the
He got
jury.
killed.
He did, and they did a murder trial, and my client was wrongfully convicted.
Well, if you're making that argument,
Yeah, what, Judge? Yeah. Okay, she got a little spice, y'all. My bad. Let me lay back. I fail her. She got size on the judge, so she ain't want to seem like a bully. So she played the 50. Then the judge got spicy, and then she added, I see, all right, I see, I
then
stop.
they are
My bad.
entitled to prove it. So you will not stipulate to the medical examiner's expertise?
She was already admitted as an expert, so yes. I thought she... Yeah, we'll stipulate to that.
Okay, great. All right, let me see the photos again.
I ain't gonna lie. I take that back, y'all. She handled that decent. She raised her voice at the right time, y'all. That was tight.
Yes, Your Honor.
That was tight. She was talking about her body. She was trying to be pleasant. She won. Even the white lady ain't chime in. She like, I'm gonna let her get this. That was tight. She ain't used a lot of words either. Yeah, that was tight. I'm gonna give her a credit.
Yes.
I'm gonna give her a credit, y'all. Don't put that jacket on though.
Thanks. All right, I'm going to permit them. Thank you. All right, did y'all give me a sheet of paper that had what y'all had agreed to and
She got the
what we
jacket
still
with her,
need to
y'all.
litigate,
It's on the
Orion,
chair.
or not? I mean, it would have been an email, but
We did not, Your Honor, because we have been going back and forth. We can,
Okay.
when we get to those pictures, we can let you know what we've agreed to, Your Honor.
okay. So, what would the best thing to do be pull up the Dropbox link?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And Mr. Sprinkle is here, Your Honor, if you
What the fuck? Where he come from?
wanted to.
Okay.
He just walked in.
Hi. Can you take the stand for me?
What?
I wasn't going to do this right now, but when I read that, go ahead and sit down. You're sworn. You're already sworn. You've been a witness in this for days.
What the fuck?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're still under oath, and I'm going to recall your attention to, I think it was the last day of your testimony. But it was,
Oh, shit.
there was a laptop on the witness stand, and
Oh.
you accessed it.
Yes.
And you actually did that without anybody asking you to or asking the court's permission. But can you tell me what all you looked at?
I had my supplement, that 140-page document, and I also had some of the stuff that I pulled during the case. Everything that's already been turned over in discovery, just in case I need to refresh my recollection. But primarily, it was just a digital version of the report that I had on the stand. That was it. So I could do word searches. So if I was asked a question, I wouldn't have to be flipping through pages and looking for things.
Okay. Was there any point in time when you accessed anything else other than that report and the files that were connected to that?
No.
Okay. Did you?
Yo. So the internet makes up something from, the internet assumed, hey, yo, fuck everybody on the internet that was looking into whether or not they were sending messages. John Doe, get the fuck out my chat. Get the fuck out my chat. Yo, what's the relevance? They work together. Shut the fuck up, John Doe. This shit is irrelevant. So you mean to tell me people on the internet saying, yo, they were typing back and forth. Yo, they fucking work together. They fucking taught each other how to fucking work. What are you talking about? That's irrelevant that they was typing. What do you mean? Yo, niggas is crazy. I can't believe this shit is being talked about. Bro, they have all the same paperwork. Shorty could say, yo, can I have a bathroom break and go talk to Holmes on a bathroom break? Like, they're allowed to talk to each other. But we expecting that they was live typing to each other? That's irrelevant. They ain't even bring up nothing that was pertinent. So they was cheating? What did she send him that was pertinent, bro? What happened where it was like, yo, if she couldn't send him a message, he wouldn't have been able to say that, and we'd be all right now. There wasn't no home run hit. What the fuck is going on?
In any way read any communication that came in at any time from anybody?
No, I wasn't communicating with anybody. I didn't have email open or anything like that. All I was looking at was the report and the digital media, like the discs that I brought to the stand with me.
What the fuck?
That stuff that was on the discs and the stuff that was turned over in discovery. That was it.
All right, we may call you back at some point with regard to a motion that has just been filed after lunch. Are you going to be around this afternoon? And I don't know whether you'd be needed for that or not. Haven't read it in detail, nor do we have a response from the state yet, but would you be available this afternoon if we need you?
Well, I'm just one floor up, Your Honor, in courtroom 2B. I do have a couple of cases, but I mean, the short answer to your question is I'll be in the building in the moment I can peel away.
And I don't know, like I said, whether you'll be needed or not, but all right, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so let me get this Dropbox link open. Is it the same one from yesterday?
Yes, Your Honor.
This shit phony.
It's titled 9 October Centralized Motion Folder, and there's a subfolder in there that says Acts 79 through 81.
Okay.
Bro.
Yeah, the hardest thing.
Yo, what rule did they break by communicating in the court? And what's the penalty? Somebody said they were doing something else. What? Man, and don't get it twisted. All right, if it's something that's really possible that I'm just unfamiliar with, that's very, I don't know about it, right? I don't know what the hell they could, but if we talking about some regular messages, bro, think about it. Like, let's say at its worst, what could they have been saying to each other? I still can't, I don't get it. I don't get it. Nah, look, all right, if it's something we don't know, shoot for the moon. Say the worst thing. Like, what could they have said to each other that could hurt the defense's case right now? Like, really? That they haven't already said legally. Like, you understand what I'm saying? They legally work with each other. Oh, sexting or something? Okay, now we talking. All right, Terry. Good look for thinking out the box. There you go. There you go. There you go, Terry. Okay, you know me. I ain't kinky, so I ain't think of that. Yeah, I might have want to send her a message today, too. Come closer. You feel me? I like the way that dress fitting. She like, and that's what we doing in the messages? All right, say less. Nah, come closer with that little piece of evidence you got. I like when you come close, you smell good. That's what we doing. Man, I can't wait to get you home with them heels on, girl, them pumps. Don't wear them heels with your feet out. Nah, wear the ones, the solid pump. Yeah. Yeah. Like, nah, bro.
For me,
Hell no, he ain't macking like that.
So,
I can resend it.
well, I'm sure Ms. Persfield can probably do that faster than y'all.
It was 11:36 on Tuesday.
All right, y'all. So the internet was saying that they were sending messages back and forth. That's been a thing on the internet. Ever since somebody introduced, they was doing hand signals and I don't know why people looking into this, because technically if they are doing it, what is the message for? What's the value? So like, you got to be careful when people send you on these messages. So even if they did, don't you think the defense is doing the same thing? Like, that's the way that it works in sports too. Signals and stuff that mean you like, so that's a part of the whole game. What are you doing? Man, listen, man.
Oh, here it is. Where did it go? There it is. No, that's something else. No, I don't have it.
Did somebody rig a World Series? Like, show me somebody rigging a World Series. Other than that, bro, this is how it worked, bro. What are we talking about? Like, so what the person winked at the person? We was already going over this. If I was able to establish what codes are with you, then that mean I had access to already put you in on the play. So, I mean, I'm confused. You feel me? Like, yo. Like,
all right, so if y'all, I've got it up now, so if y'all want to just let me know which ones.
Hold on. So if we don't want them to do signals, then that mean the co-defendants that get on the stand, they lawyers can't give signals either. That's what we saying. Uh-oh. 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 Flex says, you ain't right about everything. Let's see what was going. Flex, the problem with what you just did, you got to tell me what I ain't right about and what I am right about. You can't just vaguely just be a hater. So tell me your opinion of what's going on and what parts I was wrong on. Come on. You got to stand on that. Baby. Look, now let's see what you're going to do. It's easy to type like that when you ain't using your brain. You relying on somebody else's brain and you lazy with it. So now what we gonna do, Flex? You got my attention, baby. Hey. That's a hater statement. You ain't right about everything. I ain't even that. That's a new one. That's a hating ass statement, especially when a nigga pass 50%. Because in the league, top paid shooters is shooting at, 39%, 40 from three-point range, straight up. Yeah, I mean, slightly higher in the corners, being as though it's a shorter distance, right? But if niggas shooting 54%, 58, you come out saying that boy ain't right about everything, but he right about more than half. Damn, what a hater. Ugh.
To take a look at.
Ugh.
I think we should start with, so there's a PDF titled 11 October Ryan IG thread. Defense counsel in the state, we have had a couple discussions and gone over what we're introducing and various sides' objections, and that 11 October Ryan IG thread is the most recent from Mr. Ryan's Instagram of the post we will be using that we would be discussing.
Okay. All right. All right, and what would the objection be?
If they was passing messages, they was cheating. It does matter if it was something big or not. It's still cheating.
What's the objection?
Your Honor, I believe we're looking at page, Instagram 125. We believe this is going to be cumulative.
We do all agree that it's in every form of battle, there's levels of cheating that go on that you can't get away with. And both sides use it. So we do agree that the defense using the signal shit too, right? And it would be snitching if we exposed them because we want them to win, right? So what y'all think? We should lay back? Who you think slicker with signals? The $1 million team? Come on, man. We might want to be careful. We might want to be careful. What signals did the defense use? So now you're insinuating that because we can't see them, they're not using them, or they're slick enough to use them and we can't catch them because they're actually more skilled at it. Phenomenal. Be careful with me. Be careful with me. Bro, it's the rules of law. They all lawyers. It's a courtroom. We're talking about dealing with humans in a certain setting with laws. Where the gray area? The gray area is I need you to go up there and I need to coach you to perform properly on the stand, whether I'm the state or I'm the defense, right? So while you up there, it's going to be certain times where you might get caught up on a hiccup or something. Always keep your eye towards me. And I'm going to give you a couple cue points to pay attention to. The slicker the motherfucker, the more we ain't going to see it. You get it? Come on, bro. Man, I'd be over that bitch killing y'all right now. Why you think Brian still got that highlighter in his mouth? I land my motherfucking plane. Y'all niggas crazy. Yeah.
Other posts and the testimony itself. This is a post attributed to slimelife.shoddy, which is Winnie Lee, who's planning to testify. I think he would be able to testify to exactly what's in these photographs without the necessity of offering Instagram photos.
Okay, so the one that is page 125, it's not a photo anyway, it's a post.
I'm sorry, kind of screenshot, image, whatever you'd like to call it.
So, Your Honor.
Not allowed.
If the court permit, may I remain seated?
Yo, what's the penalty? What's the penalty? If the penalty light, you know we dragging. What are you talking about? How often has a lawyer been caught or a DA? You feel me? Come on, bro. You see the wiggle room. Oh, so you gonna tell me because I wiped my nose or I coughed that I really was giving them a code? Well, decipher the code then. The burden on you now. You accusing me of doing something like that. Don't make me flex, bitch. I'm a lawyer. You see how this work? Break the code then. Stand on that. That fast. So what you gonna do? You really accusing me of that? I'm gonna make you look like an ass, man. Straight up. I did what? When I tucked my head, he switched what he said. Man, that's cat. You see this? Stop, y'all. It's legit. You ain't, what you gonna do? What's the penalty? How you gotta prove that? So you ready to go through the law and say this dude was really doing that, and now you gotta stand on it with evidence in order to really press the line on it, or else we speculating. Right? So that mean that's gray area. So you know we dragging, y'all. Come on. You know, look at this. Look. How they gonna prove it? So we using it. Come on, man. This how shit work, man. How they gonna prove it? So I don't see why we sitting here complaining about it, bro. It's part of the game, bro. It's like somebody saying Chris Paul be grabbing my nuts. Nigga, I can't see it. Yo, I swear to God, yo, pay attention to him. Yo, he'll tap you in your nuts. Everybody say this type shit in the league. Have you seen that nigga do it? No. It's fair game.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor. So the Slime Life Shorty Instagram handle is Wooney Lee, who is
I'm telling you.
He will be a witness in this trial, was originally a defendant. And
It's hooking. They slick with it, y'all. The slicker you is, bro, you won't even notice it, bro. Dudes tugging dudes' jerseys. Yeah. Yeah, subtle little elements of things. So what we complaining about is the state using it. What I'm asking y'all is, yo, you sure you want to complain about that? Because I'm sure that defense slick is a motherfucker with these tactics. So we really ready to do that? That's my argument, y'all. That's part of the game. Yeah, Rob, I think that's part of the game, man.
Post is between Mr. Ryan and Mr. Lee, and he posts that he loves Mr. Ryan, he's realer than me, and then at the bottom it says full throttle about you. The association between both of them, the state hasn't thus far in this trial with the jury, to my knowledge, introduced any evidence about Mr. Ryan and Mr. Wooney Lee's relationship. So this is the first photo we've addressed with the court explaining that, and the date it's posted is February 25th, 2019. The murder in this case is February 23rd, 2019. So the state feels it's relevant, and there's no other evidence introduced yet about this specific topic, so it's not cumulative in this moment.
Overruled. Ben, what's the next one? Are there other objections to other of the Instagram posts?
Yeah.
Judge, just on this, the relevance where I don't think we necessarily know who the other individuals in this photograph are.
Okay, are we moving on to, is this 127?
I'm sorry, Judge, yes.
Okay.
Hey, yo, to
We
be
accept
honest,
your ruling of overruled.
Okay.
yo, it's nothing that Miss Love could type to send to him that can help her case. Hey, yo, somebody tell me one message that could have been sent that would help her case. One. Go ahead, shoot. Go ahead. Give me something that she could have sent. Anything, y'all. Please. Please. I promise. Anything. Like, what could have been sent in the message that he could have seen and been like, oh, yeah, come on, bro. Yeah,
All right,
fall out and play dead. Yeah, exactly.
We were
M3.
skipping 3 because there was an objection, but
No, I believe,
okay.
I don't even think it's a message. I don't even think it's a message available for her to help her case, bro.
And so the objection would be it's the other people aren't identified?
I don't know if they're relevant to this case at all.
Okay, what is
Give
the
a
so
fuck
it's a
what
relevance
she said.
objection? What's the relevance?
Yes, and Your Honor, may I remain seated as well?
That's fine.
Your Honor, specifically 3 individuals in this picture are, we believe, YSL members. That would be @1 Brees, which is Christian Eppinger, @real1_FR, which is Mr. Darius Ford, and Little Non-Life, which is Mr. Durante BB. We can block out the other individuals and only keep in the 3 that we know of are members of YSL.
Okay, when you say block out, you mean the tags. What about the picture itself?
When I say block out, the pictures of those other people and the tags of those other individuals.
All right.
Erase all the files.
Okay. All right, so then 128.
It's just the page reflecting the date that 127 was posted.
Oh, you're right. 129, sorry.
We have no objection to 129.
Okay.
And Judge, I will say, we object as far as these being prejudicial and cumulative. We have nothing further to argue as far as objections go. So when we say no objection, it's no further objection to the general objection for all of them.
Okay, so I mean, I'm not going to assume that each one of these has a relevance and cumulative objection, so I need y'all to state the objection for each of them, okay? So you think this is, so it would be cumulative? What are your objections to 129?
We'll withdraw the
Agree
objection.
on that one.
We'll withdraw the objection.
Okay, so without objection. Okay, thank you. 137. Any objection to 137?
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any objection to 143?
This is also a post this is Wooney Lee, who's a co-defendant. And so at this point, this would be the second post, so this would be cumulative.
Okay, what's the response?
Your Honor, this is a little bit different because in this post it says slime is all we know. We can't go out bad, loyalty over love. So it's again, it's showing, it's for one, using he's referring to it as slime is all we know, and he's expressing loyalty amongst two fellow gang members, Your Honor, publicly.
Yeah.
That first one.
Yeah, he taught Rod. Rod, get the mic right for him. Yeah, Silver Fox. Get him right.
So,
yeah.
Are you saying when this references slime, what are you saying? I'm sorry, I don't really understand what your argument is.
When it says slime is all we know, we can't go out bad. There's been testimony earlier in Zachary's interview. He says a comment about catching someone down bad, which means to murder or hurt them. So when he says we can't go out bad, slime is all we know, we can't go out bad. It's like the gang is all we know, and it's saying loyalty over love right after that. So it's like we got to protect one another. This is what we know.
So this is more than
Boo!
just the two of them.
That ain't what the fuck kind of decipher was that? Hell no. Hey, Judge, he just fucked that all up. You can't. Bad is context in it stay in context where it's at. Him trying to stretch that bad over to another explanation of bad because he ain't know what the fuck the bad meant. He just fucked that up, Your Honor. Hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. Catching somebody down bad and we can't go out bad. These technically it's two different contexts right here, right? And Holmes just totally fucked the ball up by trying to do some type of bridge thing right there with language. Yeah, fuck that all the way up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, he tried go out bad is not death. It's like a vague kind of like go out bad. It's mad at different elements to this going out bad. Catching somebody down bad, that's yeah. You know what the fuck. So that reference stay right there. This bad over here, this is over. This is self bad. Like I can't be caught in a situation that's not, what would you say, productive or this nah. These two different bads, baby. Yeah, these two different bads,
with
baby.
regard to the larger gang.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so the cumulative objection is over.
Yeah, it's too many.
Judge, my question
That
with
bad is a vague one.
Post and some of the others is going to be, I don't know if we're going to have a witness who's going to come in and say, this is what this person means. I don't think that would be appropriate. If they'd like to say this is what this person means, they should be asking the author or whomever posted it. But the same question Your Honor has looking at it, well, what is the relevance? I don't think it's appropriate for a witness to come in and say, this is what this person means when they posted this.
Okay, are y'all planning to have somebody do that?
So two things, Your Honor. One, all of these that we're currently in is statement of party opponent from Mr. Ryan. But specifically on that issue, the jury has heard from, the first witness was Detective Belknap, who was an Atlanta Police Department gang detective. So a lot of what I'm proffering this to the court of why the state wants it, but each individual post or comment is not going to, some of this evidence is already in evidence in terms of the state has had witnesses testify about gang identifiers.
Definitely what just said some old super coach shit. Yo, Holly, you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. The fuck you coach sports? Yo, that's some old, that shit right there, that's some old high level coaching shit right there. Fuck, yo, what you work for Duke?
You're not going to have somebody say, this is what whomever the poster was meant, because I'm in their head.
No, Your Honor, I'm not going to have someone get up and say exactly what Mr. Ryan meant when he posted this.
That's shock shit right there.
No.
Okay. But y'all can certainly argue that if you want to.
Real.
If and when we ever get to closing arguments. Okay. All right. Page 145.
Fuck.
Any objection?
Sorry, Judge, 143 will take
Red
that as
R
objection
back
overruled.
shit.
Yes.
No objection to 145.
All right. 164.
No objection.
Thank you. 166.
Is that in 48 Laws of Power?
Yes. Judge, this is one that we had actually discussed with the state that we didn't feel it was relevant or appropriate unless one BS slime could be established who that person was. We were waiting on the state to see if they had an answer of who that would be and if there was someone who would testify based on some evidence in the trial versus just, this is this person.
Your Honor, the state's understanding is that 1B Slime is an individual by the name of Jaborius Greer. Jaborius Greer, we believe, is the nephew of Mr. Williams. And we have had gang experts that have had interactions with Mr. Greer, and we believe that he is also a member of YSL.
All right. Well, is that going to come into evidence?
Yes, of who 1B Slime is, yes. Because he's on a few other posts as well, Your Honor.
Okay. Through
whom is that going to come into evidence?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Through whom?
Investigative Rito.
Okay, and will that have been before or after this?
It'll be after.
All right, overruled. 203.
No objection.
211.
No objection.
236.
Objection or no?
All of us in the back, I think we're trying to, I know this is kind of involving Mr. Ryan.
Well, I
but
mean, the evidence is
Right.
coming into the trial, so.
I'm just trying to figure out, I'm in the Dropbox link that Mr. Atkins sent, but you guys are, everyone's referring to as exhibit numbers, and I'm.
It's no. So at the very top right, it says page 240, which I guess must have been of the whole Instagram record. Do y'all see that? So it's in the folder that's, what, 79 through 81? And then I think it's...
Yo, we talking about people getting messages on the stand, man.
It's title 11.
Somebody was up there with the Apple Watch.
All right, and then once you open it...
Kept looking at the Apple Watch. This been going on. Yeah, people bluffing. Y'all done let some people slide if y'all really want to peep the game. Y'all done let some people slide.
You'll see the page number references, and that's what we're referring to right now. Sure. Okay, so we're on, I think, page 240?
Yes, Judge, we are objecting to the relevant subject to some sort of...
I ain't gonna lie. Yak look like, nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall. Yo, he looked like a 5 Heartbeats member or something from back here, bro. Yo, it's crazy.
Foundation or connection about
He looked
what
like
this
Wanda
is about.
Sykes. What?
Okay.
What?
Yes, Your Honor. Rudy, we believe 240, the post says Rudy 4L, and it says GVNG, which we've seen for gang, they take out the A and replace it with a V. Rudy is a young man, and my apologies, his actual name is escaping me, but he was a member of YSL that is now deceased, and a number of YSL members either have Rudy 4L tattooed on them or they have Rudy in some way.
Rudy got smoked by a civilian. For being dumb. Who seen that episode of First 48, y'all? Rudy did some dumb. Rudy was dumb. What he did, they was in the apartments doing what? Shot up the boy mother house. That ain't the whole truth. Why Rudy and them shoot up that boy mother house? And then when he came back, his boys ain't even hold him down. Holmes got smoked right there. That ain't no gang. They would have had a whole bunch of straps. It was one dude. Hopped out, smoked Rudy right there. So how is Rudy out? Like, yo got smoked by a civilian for being dumb. Well, hold on. That dude might not have been a civilian. First 48 might have cleaned it up.
And Detective Belknap has testified about Rudy and about this significance to YSL. And so the fact that Mr. Ryan is posting about him again shows his allegiance to YSL.
Okay. Well, given the testimony that's already come in.
I need to look at the court paperwork. The dude got locked up for it. He tried to claim self-defense. He said they shot up his mother house. Then when he came and asked him, they was outside standing in the middle of the street or some shit in the apartments. Now, he I don't know the story crazy. He said he hopped out and asked him, yo, y'all shoot out my mother house? And then somehow he winds up smoking Rudy.
Seems that's relevant. So overruled. 244.
Judge, we're just asking the ones who've not been identified or won't be identified be redacted out from this image.
All right.
So, Your Honor, because this post is titled Love All Mine and it has a snake emoji, the state, and it's a statement of party opponent, the state feels that all of these, and some of these Instagram in what we will get to in a little bit, interact with some of these handles. And so the state feels that it's relevant that in this public post, he says, love all the state interpreted as slimes. He puts the snake. And so
what?
The state feels that none of these should be redacted.
Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, that's fine. Then I will overrule the request for redaction. 258.
Judge, I feel this is highly prejudicial without any sort of connection to this actual case.
Response.
So, Your Honor, this is a 6 firearms, and the one on the far right has an extended magazine. So the state, we have whittled down pictures and reference.
Where does it come from? Like, what's this a picture from?
It's his Instagram, Your Honor.
Oh, right, okay.
And so, yes, Your Honor. So because at this point in time, we've tried, there's a number of pictures of firearms in pictures and videos. And so thus far, we've discussed one today. So the state feels that it's relevant to show access to firearms. It's his own Instagram that this is a photo he has. So the state feels at this point in time, it's not cumulative or irrelevant that there's 6 firearms, one at least visibly has an extended magazine in this photograph.
Okay, well, given that he's choosing to post this on his Instagram, I'm going to overrule the relevance objection.
Yo, you now tuned into the realest YSL stream, man. Yeah, we the realest.
No objection.
Straight like that. Salute to you if you in here. We the hardest out. No
so
pause.
Here's several pages
Straight
of
puffy
business
party.
records. Is that
Hardest
that's
out.
just showing?
Your Honor, so this is Instagram. At the top of every page is going to have business record, but these are Instagram threads.
Okay.
That the remainder of this PDF is various conversations that Mr. Ryan is having.
All right, so Ms. Bossi, if you can direct me to whatever the next page is that you have objection to.
Your Honor, it's going to be the next few pages, which are the number at the top is 400 through 404.
Okay.
I don't believe we have or there will be any sort of identification about who the conversation is between besides Mr. Ryan and another person. Our understanding from the state is this is about selling firearms. And I don't know how that is relevant to this case about Mr. Ryan selling firearms.
All right, and I see that some of these things are highlighted.
They getting it
Yes, Your
right.
Honor. So the highlights, it was to make it easier for both the court defense counsel to follow what the state feels is significant, because the way that Instagram returns come in, you can have multiple threads on different pages. And so it goes by time of when you get an incoming request. So it can get kind of confusing to follow because it's not just a conversation between Mr. Ryan and one party. It's embedded with others. So the highlights are, I may have missed a couple, but it's to orient. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, and so there's a relevance objection.
Yes, Your Honor. So this is in a similar category in regards to, there is a number of references to FYE when it says sell me a fire, the state, that is a gun, firearm. There's a number of these in the Instagram. The state wanted to include some of these so that these photographs of guns, it's him talking about actual firearms. Sometimes, and I'm not saying this argument has been made or will be made, but in terms of for the jury, his internal discussions about real firearms, right? Instead of maybe they could be a prop, or maybe they could be, these photos we're showing, that this is just showing he has access to and is talking about.
Right, but we're not talking about the photo right now. It's as I understand the relevance objection, it is what is the relevance of him proposing and engaging in conversation about a transaction to buy or trade firearms?
Yes, Your Honor. So in this case, in regards to count 1, it's maintaining armed individuals ready and willing to preserve, protect, and enhance the reputation through the use of violence. It also includes, ease and access to firearms. And so the fact that he is, casually discussing, because this specific one, Mr. Ryan is talking about, give me $250 for my Glock, and the party he's interacting with says, I got a Taurus, I'm going to sell it for $2. So it's simply to show the ease with firearms involving a case with a number of violent acts and his access to firearms. That's why the state wanted to include this. And I can see the court's chagrin, but that's why the state wanted to include this.
It's not chagrin, but I doubt maybe as to the relevance of him wanting to sell a firearm, if that's what this is reflecting.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'm going to grant the relevance objection. All right, what's the next?
I'm sorry, Judge, they've taken out a few photos or a few parts since the last time we
Okay,
discussed it,
yeah.
making sure I only talked about the ones which are relevant.
Appreciate it.
413. So I think we get up to 416. There are going to be a number of pages in here which it's just Mr. Ryan saying slat or just one phrase. And I guess our question is exactly how many of these do we need? Because we've got some images, we've got multiple conversations. How many times do we need to just see the same one word or same one phrase to establish that these are phrases or words that Mr. Ryan uses?
Okay, so I see the one that starts on 416.
Correct,
Is that
Your Honor.
a multi-page thing? Or?
It is pages 416 and 417.
Okay.
And the state, again, has whittled down. In the Instagram, there is a lot of reference to these terms, but the state wanted to include some because these are private, direct messages.
Okay, so this would be this 2-page
Correct, Your Honor.
correspondence.
And so it starts at the bottom of page 416 where instead of the S, it's the 5.
Right.
And it says slat, and it's between Mr. Ryan's Instagram is Slime Business Rod, and the person he's interacting with is Maniac with an X instead of the C, Rolac. And so that Instagram handle, I do not know exactly who Maniac Rolac is, but Pete Rolac, Sex Money Murder, founders of that street gang, that Instagram handle stands out. But nonetheless, it's just to show, and the state's not intending to do this 100 times. This is the first time we've discussed it where Mr. Ryan says slat with a 5, and the person responds, what's blazing twin? And then Mr. Ryan says he's basically just hanging out, but he's replacing certain letters like C's with B's. And then the other guy responds right side, and the right side is significant. And so this also has, so yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so that one's the first time we're seeing it, so that one can come in, and then I don't know whether they're going to be more or not, but my ruling might be different if there are more.
So, Judge, from there we move over to page 467, which is where we have a message between Winnie Lee, who was the speaker or the person in the first few photos. The state wanted to show the association with Mr. Ryan saying, "Wear yacht slime, WYA, you good."
We're going to withdraw that, Your Honor.
All right, they're going to withdraw that.
All right. Judge, the next one is going to be moving up to Instagram page number 512.
Okay. And, okay, what's the objection?
So this 512 through 514 is a conversation, I guess, between _free Juju, who I don't think we know who it is. It begins on page 512. 513 is a conversation where Mr. Free Juju says, you know, the N-word you robbed named Booley. They're talking about some sort of conflict, allegedly, that Mr. Ryan had where he robbed somebody. Mm-hmm. We feel that's entirely too prejudicial to come in. And the conversation about it continues with Free Juju being the speaker.
So, Your Honor, this thread goes from Instagram pages 512 to 514. Mm-hmm. And the state does not have, so just, I'm going to follow this thread because to orient the court. So it starts at the bottom of page 512 where Free Juju tells Mr. Ryan he's got to tell him about something that happened today. And right. Mr. Ryan's like, well, what happened? Right. So the state has no problem to redacting the word robbed. He's referencing something that Mr. Ryan had previously robbed, but the state wants more so that he's talking about a specific person named Bully. And then Mr. Ryan's like, yeah, I remember the guy robbed. And then they go further. And so what this individual says is Tobias had got caught for an X, which the state believes is a gun, while he was walking on the back street back from school.
Right.
And then, long story short, this individual Bully draws down on him, as in brandishes a firearm at him, and he's telling Mr. Ryan that Tobias was scared. And so in response to that, you go down to 514. And Mr. Ryan says, were y'all striking on Cleveland? Striking typically can be going into break into cars and steal items. And he's like, no, we weren't breaking into cars. We were walking to school smoking, and we saw a gun on the seat. And then further on, what Mr. Ryan responds to that in terms of the person letting someone draw a gun on him and not resort to violence back is, y'all are reckless. Why did y'all let Bully draw down on him? Now y'all can't get bust down. I'm going to draw on him on slime. So it's the state kind of wants these 3 pages for that last line where he says, I'm going to draw down on him on slime, okay. On the game.
All right, so just redact on the
thread, I guess. What are you, just redact, you robbed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, well, that'll cure that objection.
Judge, that brings us up to page 543 through 546.
Okay.
This is another, I believe, series of talking about, I guess, selling bullets.
Given your previous ruling, Your Honor, we'll withdraw.
All right. All right, what would our next one be?
They were taking 696. My notes in this, Judge, was that the state was going to withdraw 696 because we already had the word slat earlier.
Is that right?
Want to pay 696?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like all that is.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Is this one? Judge, this one, I think we had.
I'm sorry, this one being
I'm
which
sorry,
one?
Judge. It's going to be page 778.
Okay.
Ms. Abbasi, in the court, for 778, the state, we won't use 778.
Okay. All right, and then is the next thing 801?
We have no objection to 801.
And that goes, what, 801, 802, I guess?
802, we discussed with the state, they were going to redact out part of it, which we agreed to, and no objection
Okay.
with that redaction being.
All right.
We're going to redact, Your Honor, at the very top, the first text on page 802. And defense counsel in the state talked about this.
Okay, as long as y'all are on the same page.
That's going to bring us up to 819 and 820.
Okay.
This is another one, we don't believe there's any sort of connection to the gang and how this would be relevant. Again, this is with Free Juju, who we don't know who this is.
Your Honor, the state will, I'm double checking because.
Laughing at the reference to a Hello Kitty.
Yeah, sorry. He's basically insulting because the gun is
Yeah.
small.
Kind of funny.
So, Your Honor, the state will not be, I'm double checking because sometimes there's another thread that's captured on the same page, but we will not be introducing that brief back and forth.
All right.
Page 880, Judge, we feel that the relevance regarding to what the prejudice from this is, based on what the state's understanding of it is, which I don't think it's self-explanatory. Someone would probably have to explain what it means, but we feel it's overly prejudicial with respect to the minimal relevance.
All right, I think probably slide and sticks have already been explained, right? Through testimony already?
Correct, Your Honor. So the state wanted to include this just to show, you know, it's one thing for the state to talk about it, but this is
Right.
an internal Instagram.
Okay. Overruled. What's next?
.903, 904, Judge. This was another relevance about some people talking about going to Club Crucial.
Your Honor, the person that Mr. Ryan is speaking with is, the author is 05E and Drive Slim. That is Mr. Christian McMiller, Your Honor, who unfortunately passed away in March of 2022. We believe is a YSL associate. So to show his connection with Mr. McMiller is why we have this.
All right, and have y'all already established who that author is, who that other person is?
We will be establishing who that is. We have a few Instagram posts with him and other individuals with this same Instagram handle, 05E and Drive Slim.
Okay, and this would just go.
And it may already be in. There's a picture of Antonio Sledge and him.
Okay.
And I believe that picture is in evidence, Your Honor.
All right.
All right. So we don't want that. So for them to establish the connection between Christian Eppinger and Lil Rod actually connected to Mac Man and some of the older dudes, that's a problem because those dudes are directly connected to Young Thug. Now I was hoping that Young Thug they couldn't prove Young Thug to even be connected to Lil Rod and Christian Eppinger. But once you put Mac Man in the middle, that's like a bridge. You understand? So technically, we don't want them establishing that Lil Rod is cool with, these people that's necessarily cool with Thug, because then they give you like a median.
I'm sorry, Judge, there's a photo earlier on which we did not object to with this same person, so the connection between them has already been shown earlier via photo.
You're right, but the conversation continues because this is one of the conversations in which you actually need to look at his conversation with Mr. McMiller and his conversation with Billion Dollar Pink. Billion Dollar Pink towards the bottom of, their conversation actually starts in the middle where he tells her, I'm on the way to Crucial, or OTW, on the way to Crucial. Then, I believe it's a she. Bruh, who you with?
What page am I looking at?
903.
Okay, it must not be highlighted.
It's not highlighted.
Okay, all right, I see Billion Dollar Pink.
Yeah, so she's...
Bro, who you with?
Bro, who you with? And then he responds to her, gang. So that coupled with him talking to Mr. McMiller about going to Crucial and who he's with, he's acknowledging that he is with gang to her. So these two conversations actually coincide with each other. So he's setting up going to Crucial with Mr. McMiller, and then he's telling the other person, when she asks who you're going with, gang.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
What? Yo, they keep dropping the ball with context. This is nuts.
Overruled.
It's like she ain't even black. It's like she ain't even black. Rob, dude, what up? Salute. I appreciate that.
Take one out.
Yo, that was wild.
Okay.
Gang is my co-workers, my football team, my bowling, team. Man, the people I see when I be out at the park every morning and we be letting our dogs chill with each other, we gang too, technically, because we do it so often, and then, we be having we cool. Cool in the gang. You feel me? Ain't no violence, dog. Damn, you tripping.
This one, Judge, is going to be 940, 941. As far as relevance, and I don't know what the probative value is, this is another one, a conversation between Mr. Ryan and somebody, and we don't know who. I don't know how it's relevant.
So this is where when we started that post where it says love all of and has the snake emoji, one of those individuals that Mr. Ryan @ is Blocklife OKKY, which is who he's speaking with. So it's someone he's publicly stated as a fellow gang member. And so what he says is, at the very top of 940, this individual, Blocklife, says, talking about going to Club LaCroix, about to get dropped off at Big Nick's spot. Big Nick's spot is someone that pops up in terms of a location that that YSL members will go to or hang out at. So, and it's...
Well, you must have forgot that he's cool with If Gang members. And you got pictures of him in your presentation. So you mean to tell me even in 2021 or 2020 or whatever year, Nick is playing both sides still? Really? Or it's two Nicks? It's two Nicks? Or Nick playing the same both sides?
'2823 Waters Road, or sorry, 2830 Waters Road, which is the same house that's we've talked about to the court with the 911 call and tethered to the murder of Shamel Drinks and the back and forth. So also, if you follow this conversation more, Mr. Ryan, kind of the bottom of 9.
So this ain't the Nick that Bean was going to go to his house. Remember he said Thug never ran to Nick house. This ain't that Nick? Oh, this ain't the Nick that's in the picture with Trevante Turner and the other dudes that's in the PDF. It's not that Nick. It's not neither one of those Nicks, D. That's what you saying?
He says, Slime's gone from the store to the studio. And this person responds like, who? Mr. Ryan uses this term MAJA. But then if you go further, he's like, what studio are they at? And he says, last time I checked, they were at Club LaCour with Dolly. And there's been testimony about Dolly.
It's Big Nick from Summer Hill. That's what I said. So how he chilling with YSL? No, you saying in that picture, that's Big Nick from Summer Hill. That's not this Nick. That's what you saying? So who the Nick that Bean in them house they was running to? You sent my girl to me. Kool-Aid, what you talking about?
Dolly Greer, the sister of Jeffery Williams, about 2 hours ago. So again, this is showing it references a couple of different items in a private Instagram thread of a location of Waters Road, referred to as Big Nick spot, and also tethers, because age-wise, there's a difference. And so it connects Mr. Ryan with other evidence in this trial.
All right, overruled.
And Judge, just to add to that, the part about who was with Dolly, that's not Mr. Ryan as the speaker. I don't think we know who that person is. I'm sorry, did I miss that? We do know who that is?
I don't know his name. I know it's the same person that Mr. Ryan ats when he says, love all my slimes. And then Mr. Ryan responds to that, okay.
Yep. All right, thank you. Okay, what's our next one?
This is 950, 951. Seems some sort of spat between Mr. Ryan and somebody else. The somebody else, I don't think we know who it is. So I don't know what the relevance of this is.
So, Your Honor, the state for 950 and 951 will not utilize that thread.
Thank you.
$1,012 or 1012.
Okay.
1014. Again, we have another firearm gun conversation.
Any significance beyond?
Your Honor, no, the state understands the court ruling. That there's one, and the court's ruling may be the same on this at the bottom of 1013. He says, can you sell me some for cheap? You have 2 sticks and about 5 pistols. And then Mr. Ryan says, for sure, we're going to be getting into photographs and videos of firearms, but so the state felt that was significant in terms of the number of firearms, and also, but the murder involves both what would be referenced as a stick or a longer assault rifle and a handgun. No indication, obviously, from this specific text thread that he's talking about the weapons involved in the homicide. This is almost 30 days before then, but nonetheless, the state understands the court's previous rulings about firearms, but that specific
shows his access to firearms like the ones used in the murder?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll actually permit the admission of that one.
And the state cannot, thank you, Your Honor, will not use 1012 when he's talking about a different firearm, and we'll use 1013.
Okay. And then does 1014 go with it as well, or is that some new thread? Y'all don't need that one, right? It'll just be page 1013?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes. I want to go back to 1013.
Sure.
This conversation is Free Juju saying he wants these guns, which the state is saying, are consistent with what were used. And Mr. Ryan's response first is for sure, but I think that's supposed to be a response to the prior the conversation is, give me a gun, B word. And then Free Juju sends this other, give me these ones for cheap XYZ.
Right.
Mr. Ryan says, for show, I think that's actually referring back to the give me a gun in general, because his next response is, I don't sell FYE no more. And then Free Juju says, when you get two, just give me one. And we don't have a response from Mr. Ryan saying, okay, yes, I'll do that. He's actually saying, no, I don't have those guns.
Well, he's not saying, no, I don't have those guns. So, the ruling stands.
That's 10, 13, and 14.
Well, my understanding was that they were just going to use 1013. Do you want 1014 in?
I was just trying to make sure I got the right pages.
Well, all right.
That's correct, Your Honor.
It's just 1013?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. What's our next one?
We took out 1036 and 1039. Your Honor, if the next two pages were 10, it's just 1039.
I'm sorry, Judge, to back up, if 1012 and 1013 are coming in, then we would want 1014.
Yeah. Okay, so my understanding was it would just be 1013.
Yes, Your Honor, you are correct.
Then we would like 1014 to come in because it completes the conversation of I don't sell that anymore.
Okay. So 1013 and 1014.
Your Honor, we're withdrawing. Oh, am I looking at over? We're withdrawing 1036 and 1039.
And Your Honor, the court's version just currently has 1039.
Okay. Then y'all are withdrawing that. Okay,
Yes, Your
so
Honor.
then that takes us to 1070. Is there, which I guess would be 1070 through 1073.
The next objection. The next objection we have is starting on page 1109.
All right.
All right. 1109 and 1110. This is largely a conversation with somebody else. And I don't think without knowing if that's some sort of a co-conspirator that this is relevant. And I also don't think the relevance of this conversation is evident or has any relevance unless there's someone who's going to get up and say, this is what this person means when they say this. So that's going to be 1109 and 1110.
All right.
So, Your Honor, there's multiple things going on here. In terms of 1109, this person says, he tells Mr. Ryan, hey, Slime, you need to check out this person. He's my brother. I'm trying to scare him. And then Mr. Ryan says, does he say he's Slime? As in, like, is he claiming YSL? And then he says, how? And then the guy responds, like, yes, he is, but he's my brother. And this thread goes on, and he says, the person who started this conversation says to Mr. Ryan, I just want you to scare him, which the state takes as not, do something more violent to him for if he's really not Slime, and he's claiming that. And then the bottom of 1110 is a separate relevant portion where Scarface is Demekion Garlington. And when that Instagram handle, it says slat this SB, what's up? The state believes that SB is the nickname for Mr. Stillwell. And so that specific bottom portion of 1110 is a separate reason in this thread. And then they have a video call with one another. And so there's two things going on, and the state can not utilize,
The top part.
No. Of course, that was wrong.
So, and Your Honor, the part of what's behind this is, like, for example, Mr. Sledge, who's testified before this court, he's on the stand saying anyone can be Slime, the judge, the state, whoever. And so this is a private conversation where it's clearly a problem that someone is publicly saying that they're Slime, because Mr. Ryan is saying, like, he says he's Slime, how? And the person who's telling Mr. Ryan about this says, I just want you to scare him, which the follow on that is like, don't do something more. So that's why the state feels it's important, is there's a differentiation. Not every, there is people that are Slime, there's people who aren't. And it's a problem if you're saying you are and you are not.
Okay.
But there's no response from Mr. Ryan saying, yes, I'll do it, or I don't know what you're talking. There's no response. This is someone else saying these things about whether he's going to scare him or do something like that.
And Your Honor, I have removed other threads, but I believe this ultimately gets to the point where he says, and I'll try to find where this is. There's a message where Mr. Ryan says, like, what do you want me to do? Kill him? Like, and so I'm pretty sure in my mind it's I don't have that included, because the state's trying to be judicial with what we include, but I'll try to find what it is. So it's not, because my thread is only what we're intended to use. But I want to double check, but that is my memory, so I'll verify that right now.
Okay, well, assuming that that's the ultimate response, they could add that response, or we could have an understanding that there is a response that affirms that he's willing to do something.
I'll have to check, Judge, because those pages aren't in here.
Your Honor, I have a concern with this matter, and maybe I'm just not as tech savvy. We're seeing towards the bottom of the page.
Come on, baby.
The initials SB show up.
Yeah.
And Mr. Atkins, I appreciate him being clear on this. I'm being told, anyways, by the state that this SB conversation, whoever's involved, is a separate thread, is what I heard from the discussion
I hadn't gotten clarity on that. So I'm as untech savvy as you. So is the person who's saying this SB what up able to see this other conversation?
No, Your Honor. And so with Instagram, there's a text thread ID, so they give a specific number.
Yeah.
So if I'm texting Joe Smith, and then a second later, someone else texts me, and me and Mr. Smith keep texting back and forth.
Yeah.
Each thread, you have to search the number. So there will be, this is a completely separate, it's almost like getting a whole other text message.
Okay. Is that why some things are in yellow and some things are in green highlighting?
Yes, Your Honor.
To show that this is a different thread?
That, and to also help be clear for both the state, defense, and the court of what portions, because you're always going to have, for the most part, random conversations in one page.
Okay.
And so there will be no evidence or inference or argument that what we were just talking about has any connection with this Scarface slap, this SB what's up, and then the video called Mr. Ryan. Those are independent.
So when the state's presenting their case, I'm just trying to think through this. If this is say that over objection, the part we just discussed involving Mr. Ryan and I just wanted to scare him part. Say that's admitted. For example, that's admitted, and then the lower part involving slap this SB what's up is admitted. When we're publishing to the jury, is this going to be like printed out as two different exhibits with two different text chains, or is the state's plan to just publish this document and then this jury kind of is supposed to figure it out? I'm trying to understand where we're going with this.
No, Your Honor, we would have the witness distinguish that with Instagram, there are different text conversations, so this is a separate conversation. We can ask that very specifically.
All right, y'all need to just make that very clear, that because, I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, but there might be jurors who are as untech savvy or unsocial media savvy as Mr. Sharp and I, and so we need to make it very clear that this is an entirely separate conversation, that the one who says the SB is in no way, seeing or involved in that other conversation. Yes, Your Honor. All right.
Your Honor, back to the part about the conversation, I'm brother, what do you want me to do, kill him? The response about...
That static is pissing me off.
Killing somebody is a different conversation with a different person.
So, Your Honor, I was just control Fing to find where this is, so we haven't gotten there yet, but a couple pages after this...
Bitch, don't come out now.
...is another conversation where Mr. Ryan is talking with someone else, saying that someone's not official.
Bitch ain't come out.
And then he says, he's not. Do you want me to kill him? So that's why I prefaced what I was saying to the court. I want to verify this, but it is. We're going to get to this. It's a couple pages from where we are.
But is it the same two people?
No, it's a different conversation where he's discussing someone who is or is not slime. So I apologize for that. It's 2 or 3 pages after where we are.
Yeah, the conversation about the brother, that has no response from...
Okay, well then, if this next conversation is showing the same thing, and this is more clear, use the next conversation and withdraw the...
Yes, Your Honor.
Or I'll grant the objection, so...
Understood, Your Honor. Okay. We would then just be intending to introduce the part between where it says, hey, this is SB, which would also eliminate the problem we were just discussing.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I missed that last part.
So basically the objection would be granted as to that first part of the conversation, so they're going to withdraw that and for that purpose. So I guess when we see it in trial, nothing will be highlighted other than the this SB what's up and then the video indicator. With that,
They can't find it.
So would that take care of the potential confusion issue?
Well, I have a confusion issue, and then I have a relevance
God damn it.
issue.
Okay.
As I understand these records, and I'm focusing on the part that says
It's
SB
short,
because that's
Watch.
allegedly something my client goes by.
Okay.
Is that better?
Better.
All right, so thank you. So as I understand these records indicating someone types or texts this SB what's up, slat this SB what's up, and then and that the author is showing Scarface because that's the device that's being used on Twitter. Is that?
Your Honor, so it appears that I will assume for the purpose of this conversation that Mr. Garlington and Mr. Stillwell might be together. And so maybe he took Mr. Garlington's phone or was on his Instagram page and maybe he didn't have his phone and he needed to talk to Mr. Ryan. And so Mr. Stillwell takes Garlington's phone, goes on his Instagram account, direct messages Mr. Ryan and says, hey, because I'm Instagramming you from Garlington's account, this SB, hit me up or whatever. I think he said hit my line in a few minutes. And so I think that is probably what occurred.
And then, okay, so by the state's theory, Shannon is on Demikion's Twitter and says
right?
Instagram. Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you. And says something to Ryan, and then afterwards there's some video call of an unknown duration.
Correct.
Is that okay?
Correct.
I'm going to object to. I understand that it's being separated from other discussions, but that in and of itself, I'm going to object for relevance grounds. I don't think there's an issue at this point whether Mr. Ryan and Mr. Stillwell know each other or Mr. Stillwell and Mr. Garlington know each other. So, I mean, there's no content to any of this. It's just some sort of connection.
You're right. I don't believe, and I'll double check, I don't believe we have any evidence of Mr. Ryan and Mr. Stillwell. We have a picture that I think is in dispute, but outside of this picture that we believe is in dispute of if the other individual in that there's a picture on Mr. Stillwell's page that said, and it says me and him, but there's a dispute as to whether the individual is Mr. Stillwell or not. And so outside of that picture, this is what we have to show association.
I mean, at least as far as since I've been here, I don't think we've had that evidence.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say that picture that the state's referring to is definitely not Mr. Stillwell.
Okay.
So
all right.
Okay. So, and just getting back to, I'm just trying to fully understand the text before.
Yes.
The state is no longer wishing to admit those.
Correct.
About scaring him and.
Correct.
And so when this is brought in front of the jury,
will it still be on there even though not highlighted? Is that the question?
Yes.
Because we're not bringing in the top of the other thread. We will probably still highlight it. I think for ease of the jurors being able to see the conversation, we will probably, yes.
No. What I am asking and what Mr. Shard is asking is when page 1110 gets presented, the only thing highlighted will be slat this SB what's up, Scarface, and then video call event. But will the rest of the text above that
be highlighted?
It definitely won't be highlighted. Right. Will it be on there at all?
No, we can redact that. We can redact the.
I mean, it would honestly be the other person talking, he my brother, and I just want you to scare him, and nobody's going to have any idea because the page before that isn't going to be presented. So would it matter whether it's on there or not? Because there's zero context to it at that point.
You'd rather have it just redacted after be safe?
Okay, so generally, that's fine. But generally speaking, are they going to come in looking the way they do with just highlighting, but other random irrelevant stuff's going to be on there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so if there is other random irrelevant stuff in any of these that is prejudicial, then let me know and they can redact that, or just let them know and they can redact that out.
Yes, if they
okay.
let us know. We'll
all right, thank you.
And sooner rather than later, as this case may come up, sooner rather than later.
Okay.
We'll double check it, Judge, and speak to the state about that. It sounds like
they don't have I mean, they don't need it anyway, so they wouldn't have a problem with it.
Right.
Okay. All right, what's our next thing?
Then we go to a series of conversations from 1:15 through 1:17. Another conversation with free juju. This is the one where they say something about killing someone, and we do feel that that is overly prejudicial to be coming in.
So, Your Honor, this is the conversation I mixed up with the first one where Free Juju says, these are the type of people you let be slime. And in Instagram, you can send photos and so in this thread, it appears that he sends a photo of someone, like referencing. And then in response, Mr. Ryan at the bottom of page 1115, he says he says basically these are the people you let be 2-7. I think he's talking about blood gang because 2 is a B and 7 is G, 7th letter of the alphabet. Wow. And then so they're kind of going back and forth. And then when you follow just Free Juju and Ryan, that's why I highlighted because it does get hard to follow. On page 1116, this after Mr. Ryan, after this Free Juju says, hey, this is who you let be slime. And then Mr. Ryan kind of shoots back, this is who you let be blood gang. And then he responds, he says, well, he's not official, but he says he be in.
So you assuming that that's blood gang, but it don't actually say that. Wow. But hold up, you fumbled. You mean to tell me these young dudes is bringing people home and it ain't no big homies? Oh. 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 It's Freaky Friday, babe.
.50, and I think when he's 250, Cleveland is a location. And then Mr. Ryan basically says that's not true. It's a slang term cap, as in that's just not accurate. And then the very last top of 117, Mr. Ryan to the same person, it says basically like that shit's lame because you know he doesn't like be over at 250 Cleveland. What do you want me to do? Kill him? And again, this is those two conversations which were separate are distinguishing people who are slime and are not. And someone who is claiming that and they are not officially a part of that gang is a serious problem. 2 fellow gang members is the state's position. And that's why we wanted to include this. And yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I understand the objection, but the probativity is not substantially outweighed by any undue prejudice. Okay, what's our next one?
Leave. $11.55, 59. 55 and 59 are more kind of gun back and forth.
Your Honor, the state will not, on 11, I'm double checking because we get close. We're in February 12th and the murder is February 23rd, so these conversations start to have multiple purposes. But long story short, the state initially highlighted this with talking about revolvers. So the state will not be introducing 1155.
Okay.
And then I'm reading 1159 to make sure, and that's just a follow-on of that conversation. So the state will not introduce either of these.
Okay.
All right. Tap the like button. Good morning. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you being here. Type something in the chat. Yep. Get some of this love. Diddy style. You're now tuned into 101.9 Slime Radio.
Sorry, Judge. The highlights on here, I'm not sure of the relevance on page 1172.
Okay.
The highlighted conversation.
Does that pick up anywhere after that?
Your Honor, 1172, and I missed the highlight here. It is, again, the Scarface Instagram and Mr. Ryan texting back and forth. So I meant to text. This is included for, and it continues to 1173, where the Scarface Instagram says he is messing with Mr. Ryan slat. We're locked in, little brother. And then
little brother.
He ends up saying,
Yeah, I'm talking to all of the Hulkamaniacs out there, little brother. Yo, crazy. Fuck you talking about?
Hit HML, hit my line whenever you need me. And then Mr. Ryan says, for sure. So 1172 is just the start of that conversation. And, they start out talking about some type of suit or clothing that
All right,
they bought.
that doesn't seem particularly relevant.
Yes, Your Honor. So can we not, or the state will not use 1172. The state would like to use 1173.
Hadn't you already established their relationship?
Well, Your Honor, the first message was, which is the first evidence that's been introduced or discussed about either Demekion Garlington or Mr. Stillwell and Mr. Ryan.
Okay.
And this is showing and he's using SLAT. He's saying, I'm messing with you, SLAT. We're locked in. Hit my line whenever you need me.
So this is actually Garland.
That's the state's understanding, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, then that's admissible.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Can we take a short bathroom break?
Yeah, it seems, I don't know how much longer we have on this one, but yeah, that'll be fine. Let's take a quick break.
Co-defendant Blaylock.
Ollie, that's the co-defendant.
1177 is where we stopped. Any objection to that?
No.
All right, so do you know where the next one you have objection to is?
Next one is going to be.
Are y'all withdrawing 1202 since it appears to only have?
Our next objection.
Yes, we'll withdraw
right.
1202.
All right, then,
And then
Tap the like
we go
button.
up to
Turn your mic on, baby.
1169. Excuse me, 1369.
okay,
Where we have somebody else telling our client that Bali, that's the co-defendant, or co-defendant on the murder case and on this case, is locked up. And that, I believe, to the next few pages in here are other people telling Mr. Ryan that things are going on, people are looking for you, stay safe, things like
right,
that. They're not Mr. Ryan speaking.
okay.
Your Honor, this portion, and I'll start with 1369, it is at the very bottom where the co-defendant Blaylock on this murder's nickname is Bali. And so Snake Life messages Mr. Ryan.
All right, what date is this?
This is 3 days after the murder, so February 26th.
All right.
And he says, Slime, Bali's locked up for that shit. And then the next time that they message Snake Life
Lisa,
and Mr. Ryan
pretty Lisa,
is on page
thank you.
1371, where Mr. Ryan says that's crazy. Like, he doesn't respond. What are you talking about? What me and Bali did, or what, and this is 3 days after the murder. And then, because you have to kind of take, in my mind, each thread, because what also.
Y'all may want to highlight the different threads in different colors so it's
Yes, Your Honor.
clear.
Yes, Your
This is one conversation, here's another one. Okay,
The next one is this Instagram handle of DeAndre Smith.
all right, so is that the extent of that conversation then?
And then it goes further on 1371 at the bottom, where Snake Life, the same person, says it's a warrant out for you, Slime.
All right,
How you know?
okay. And that's the extent of that conversation then, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor, but it concludes with a video. In Instagram, you can see a video call event. You don't know how long
All right,
or what
and
was.
are y'all, is that highlighted, or are y'all going to highlight?
Not only was Gaither messing with Demekion Garlington aunt, the aunt didn't graduate. So it's safe to say she finessed her out of panties. Yeah. The aunt uneducated. So she took advantage of the aunt too.
That
Yes, Your Honor.
in a color that is unique to the two of them?
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
All right, so that's relevant and appears to not just be a one-sided conversation. All right, so let's go back up to whatever the next thing is. So
Yes, Your Honor. On 1370, you have DeAndre Smith, who.
saying, hit me up and stay low.
Correct.
And then 911.
Correct.
And then what happens?
There is a video call at the bottom of 1370 between Mr. Ryan and DeAndre Smith.
All right, so that one, would be the same ruling. And then do we have a third thing going on here, or?
The state, I have highlighted a message from Dirty Stick that says be safe. The state would not be using that, so I'm going to remove that highlight.
All right.
Hey, Will, you might be right.
Thank you.
You know where that song come from?
Judge, I guess just backing up the messages which are one-sided with DeAndre Smith. I guess I think that's what it is. It is one-sided. I don't believe there's any response from Mr. Ryan.
Well, what Mr. Atkins just said was there's a video call after that, video call event.
I could be wrong. I don't think it shows whether that video call is answered. I think there's an attempt to make one. I could be corrected, but I don't think there's anything which shows that the video call did actually take place or that it was answered.
Your Honor, I don't believe that that is ever captured in Instagram records. Like, it shows a video call event and nothing more, is my understanding from having reviewed other Instagram records, that that's how Instagram captures it. It's not like a call detail record where it says like call completed, or that's all you're going to get, which can be argued, I believe, by, like when we introduced this, that could be crossed if you don't know if they actually spoke, but it's the state.
Okay.
So
I mean, I think it's even though, so but you will highlight the video call event as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I'm going to permit that. So what's our next thing?
I believe there's an additional I'm sorry, Mr. Atkins, did you say you were going to take out the other conversation in 1371?
Oh, from 1K Dirty Stick?
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what he said. All right, so where do we go next?
I believe 1372 and 1372, Judge, I believe is, again, a one-sided from ESPN Self-Made telling Mr. Ryan, stay where you are, don't go to the house, and there's no response, I don't think, from Mr. Ryan. So it's just hearsay, and we don't know if there was an effect on listener.
Your Honor, I was trying to, and I may have not included this. I can't find where I have Mr. Ryan's response to this in the thread. I may, when we
How the
have
hell
this
is a
break, look up the
response
original
missing?
thread to see if he ever responds to that.
Okay.
Wow.
So you can get back to us on that one.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bro.
All right. Then what would be next?
Bro. How the hell does Instagram give you the information out of context? That's crazy. You getting the data, but you got to put it back together. That's crazy.
Your Honor, the next few pages.
Hold on, how the
I
fuck
don't
they
know
don't
if
got
there was
software?
anything on 1373.
1373. It doesn't look like it. So with 1373 and 1374 is, I mean, they're in here, but.
Yes, Your Honor. So 1373, there's more video calls between that DeAndre Smith and Mr. Ryan.
Okay. So they're not highlighted, but you would highlight them?
Yes, Your Honor. I intended to. I missed some things when I was going through, or forgot to highlight. That was why I included that one.
All right. And it continues on to 1374 also? Or is there a reason 1374 is in there?
So 1374, it partially continues. So what ends up, there's a new thread as well where, and I'll highlight this, it's kind of the totality of it, where Mr. Ryan messages through Instagram, DYN finesse, and says, hey, this is Little Rod, can you help me get a lawyer? And then he's messaging again another person saying, hey, this is Little Rod, can you help me get a lawyer? And then he messages back to that DeAndre Smith who he's been video calling with, and he says, this is Little Rod, can you help me with a lawyer? So it's after all these people are saying, hey, there's a warrant out for your arrest, and some of these individuals, like, for example, the DYN finesse, there's other photos with Mr. Ryan and that individual, and so that was why the state included this, was after all of this notification about the thing that him and Bali, hey, Bali got locked up for that stuff. He speaks to all these people, and then he's reaching out to various people to try to get a lawyer seconds later.
Hold on. Let me flip the script real quick. Let's try to do this. Try to sit there and think about how this case would have been if they didn't use no social media evidence. Yeah. Strip all, take it to 2007. Same overt acts. Just remove social media. These boys ain't even in court.
Okay. Judge, I just don't think it's appropriate that the state is trying
Paula, salute.
to use against him.
I appreciate that,
asking for
Cassie.
a
Constitutional
lawyer.
right to have a lawyer. Agreed.
Yes.
I'm going to exclude that if that's all that's for.
Yeah. Understood, Your Honor. There was more connection, but I'm not articulating it well in terms of these individuals and their connection, but understand the court's ruling will not use this.
Okay.
Okay, so 1374 is out.
And I think.
Hey, yo, without social media, you might not even be able to make the jury believe that Young Thug know these people. Real rap, 10 years, no social media means no pictures or links or timeline for you to be able to place how we got here currently. Think about that. Only way to get pictures before then would be to get somebody photo albums or something real personal, which is no evidence you would be allowed to just get yourself unless it was readily available type shit. But like, you can't just,
Well, they're right. So that would be 1374 through 13. What? Is that it? Just 1374 then?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
In terms of that
And then
topic.
so 1376 then is something new. Is that right? Okay. And what is there an objection to that?
I'm not sure, Judge, on if the state, at least this one, is trying to assert that this is 1376, if this is Mr. Garlington, or they're trying to attribute this to Mr. Stillwell.
We can draw this.
Okay.
yo, if this case was serious, there's no way that Love takes this day off. Bro, if this case was serious, there's no way Love not here today. No way.
All right. 35. I don't see any more highlights.
I believe, Judge, and I will double check with Mr. Atkins, this is a block of conversations largely between other implicated parties who we would have no objection or no valid objection to saying they shouldn't come in, and also will be duplicative in a second document that we will discuss with the state. So
Okay.
the balance of this.
We'll just circle back to.
Correct.
If needed. Okay.
I agree with Ms.
So then are we done with this document?
We are.
For now? Okay. All right. So where else should we then focus?
We had objections to the document, which is Mr. Blaylock's Instagram. It's in that same Dropbox folder.
Okay. Can y'all point me to?
Yes, Your Honor. It's Blaylock Instagram produced.
Yes, got it. And it's like 109.8 megabytes. Is it that one? It's a PDF?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And Blaylock was his co-defendant on this case, right?
Correct.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And
And also a defendant in this.
right.
Right.
Yeah. Just a severed defendant. Yeah. Okay. All right. I have that open. So if y'all want to give me the page references where there is objection.
Judge, I believe, so we have no objection to page, the first photo, 89. I believe almost, if not all of these pages of Mr. Blaylock, oh, I'm sorry, there's some photos that I didn't see. Page 91, this is relevance. I don't think we know who the other person in this photo is, so outside of that, we have just Mr. Blaylock.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm pulling up right now this document. So, Your Honor, this specific photograph, that Snake Life handle where he puts right hand, messages Ryan, what I wanted to go back and check was if some of the admitted threads we introduced, because the state wants to show that they have, interact with the same people and also each other. And so the purpose of this was that Snake Life is in Mr. Ryan's Instagram. I just want to double check with what we've just went through, if it's still included.
Okay. All right. So if the @SnakeLife handle
is one of the things that came in as a communication with Mr. Ryan. You want to show that whoever this person is at Snake Life, also hangs out with Mr. Blaylock.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
So, Judge, the remainder of this document, I have the same notes on that. There are, again, we don't have a good argument or any valid argument that conversations between Mr. Blaylock and other implicated parties in the murder, Tahira Hartsfield, we have no objection to those back and forth between Mr. Blaylock and Ms. Hartsfield, conversations with Mr. Ryan. I believe everything else in here is Mr. Blaylock, who's obviously not sitting here with us, and unknown people. So I don't see how those are anything except rank hearsay and would not be admissible here. Against Mr. Blaylock, sure, but he's not here.
So, Your Honor, and just to orient the court of basically, part of these Instagram records were part of just the murder itself in terms of who's messaging who. And I say that in terms of there were some other females involved, and they were messaging both the victim's friends, Mr. Ryan, Mr. Blaylock. And so they're kind of in their own unique category. And then the other messages in this Instagram are tethered to count 1, the RICO, and the Street Gang Act charges. And so the state, with what is not covered in messages between the other people involved the night of the murder or Mr. Ryan, is for, and I'll explain what I'm, co-conspirator hearsay in furtherance of the criminal street gang. So, and I don't know where.
If I could pause one moment and add to that, Mr. Ryan and Mr. Blaylock are not charged with participation in criminal street gang activity, just the RICO. So for them, it doesn't really matter whether it's a gang or not.
Your Honor, count 1 RICO is
RICO by being a gang, basically, right?
Correct, Your Honor. So, yes. So the state still, it is important to prove and very relevant YSL, the criminal street gang, criminal enterprise, I should say.
Yeah. Okay, so I think if the response to the hearsay objection is that it would come in under the co-conspirator exception, then I would need to kind of look at what we're talking about.
Yes, Your Honor. Right. I agree. And so I'm trying to find the first message that doesn't involve.
Okay.
Yeah. And if does the state, if the defense wants to, does the
court get together on this one also? Would that be more helpful?
I think we just disagree. The state says these are co-conspirator. They come in and we say we have no idea who this.
Okay, well then, if you can point me to which ones we're talking about in this however many page document this is, then I can maybe make a ruling.
The first one is going to be page 224.
Okay.
Nothing's highlighted. I don't know what. I don't know.
What is 224? Are y'all ready on this, or do you need to?
No,
okay.
I'm ready, Your Honor.
Right.
The 224, I believe. Oh, I know why. So we don't need this. He puts his phone number in 224, but
it's out. What's next?
236, the next page.
Okay.
So his Instagram changes, but for the court's awareness, King Do1 is Mr. Blaylock's Instagram. So at the bottom, when BB Infredo says, I was just locked up with you. We just got back from YDC, Youth Detention Center, though I was ROLAC. And so we're going to cover a number of things in terms of conversations about sex, money, murder, and conversations about YSL. And so Mr. Blaylock, they go back and forth, and Mr. Blaylock at the bottom of page 238 says, how do you know me? I'm murder as well, like saying I'm sex, money, murder. And then they explain about meeting each other, playing basketball in YDC, etc. And then he responds, Mr. Blaylock says, but I did not know you were ROLAC till now. And then he says, he asked if someone Honcho is rocking right.
He asked if someone's Honcho?
His name is Huncho, is still rocking right. And then Mr. Blaylock responds, yeah, he's still ROLAC, he's G. And so that particular back and forth is specifically about, which in the indictment it says YSL criminal street gang, a subset of sex, money, murder, verifying or checking in conversations between two people who within this text thread are identifying themselves with sex, money, murder, street gang. They're asking if the specific person is still rocking right. These are private Instagram conversations, and for the jury with Mr. Ryan and this overt act, Blaylock and Ryan's gang affiliation and connection with one another is relevant. And so the state is, with these in PDF of Blaylock, believes that this conversation about information about sex, money, murder, and other members. And when he's saying, is someone still rocking right? Like basically, is he still in good graces? Is he still, and they're confirming and validating with one another. Those kind of conversations happen frequently in a street gang and are necessary to know who's in the gang, who's not, and to, so this specific thread is specifically about the sex, money, murder conversation. And that goes up to page 239. There's a separate, 276 is a separate conversation.
Okay.
And that would be very good evidence against Mr. Blaylock, who's not here.
So, Your Honor, in this trial itself, there's been conversations from APD gang detectives about Pete Rolak, sex, money, murder, the 2 pistols, and there's been a plethora of both state questions and cross-examination all about that. So having a private conversation with Blaylock, who the state believes the evidence will show, committed this act with Mr. Ryan, and are YSL members, and which is a subset of the sex, money, murder criminal street gang as well. This is relevant because here in this thread, he is using and saying things privately with another individual he was locked up with in YDC. And even though Blaylock is not in this trial, it's relevant for the jury to understand that this co-defendant, who's just severed, he would be in this trial, has the same gang affiliation and both YSL and sex, money, murder as Mr. Ryan, which has also been attributed to other defendants in this courtroom through testimony by APD gang detectives or social media. And so that's why the state wanted to include this specific portion. And specifically feels that because they're discussing criminal street gang, it furthers the criminal street gang because gang members need to be able to recognize one another and know who else is a member. It's not specifically about YSL, but it's about sex, money, murder, which has been, so that's the state's on this specific thread.
There are a lot of relevant things. They're not necessarily admissible.
So the thing that is causing me some pause with this is that it's just this one conversation, right? And you're saying it should come in under the co-conspirator exception, and yet doesn't there need to be something outside of the conversation that establishes this other person's participation?
So, Your Honor, it's whichever individual statement is being utilized as an exception to the co-conspirator hearsay. For example, anything that Blaylock states. The state, to the court's point, anything that Fredo would say, the state's position is, and again, it is kind of like line by line because I'm not going to be presenting other evidence outside of this text thread about Fredo and their gang affiliation. Right. So the state is relying on evidence which is in this Instagram or other evidence in the trial about Blaylock's gang affiliation, his statements, and the effect on him.
Not so much, but how about the other person?
So I would not, there's no other evidence that the state will be presenting or can proffer about specifically Fredo's sex, money, murder gang affiliation.
Okay, then how does this come in, or how does his part of this conversation come in?
Your Honor, the state would view what Fredo is stating is necessary to complete his responses. Like, for example, on page 239, it's Fredo who says, he asked if this individual, HUNCHO, is still rocking right. I don't know who that individual is. The state's not trying to assert whether he is or is not, but Mr. Blaylock responds, yes, he's still Rolak. He's still sex, money, murder. He's G. And so whether you could insert any name for HUNCHO, it could be Fred, John, that same response by Blaylock of saying, yes, that person you're talking about, he's still sex, money, murder. That's why the state wanted to introduce this thread. And so Fredo's responses, the state believes, are necessary for context to Blaylock responding back.
That's hearsay.
So have either a non-hearsay purpose or kind of necessary to complete Blaylock's response. Because if you just introduce Blaylock saying, yes, he's still Rolak, he G, you don't know what he's responding to. And the state for, just page 239, that, exchange, I think, is the best example of how the state, to get through hearsay, co-conspirator statement of Blaylock, and context to Blaylock's responses for Fredo on this specific text thread.
So what do you actually need of these 3 pages?
So, Your Honor, I think 239 is one of the more important of this specific thread, and the state could do without, or could, the state does not have to use 236.
Okay.
And then 238 at the bottom, where Mr. Blaylock says, "How did you know I'm murder?" sex, money, murder, and then would include 239, where that bottom portion, where he's asking if a specific person is still rocking right.
Okay, so bottom of 238 is Mr. Ryan saying,
Mr. Blaylock, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Mr. Blaylock saying, how you know me, you know I'm murder.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then the response is, but I didn't know you was Rolac till now.
Here we go with the state introducing evidence that actually throws the RICO away. So therefore, them being locked up together and having to message each other and just finding out that they're in the same gang proves lack of structure. There's not enough members for them to not know that they're in the same gang, being as though they was locked up in the juvenile prison system together, spent the whole bid with each other, got back on the streets. Now they're using social media to find out that they're in the same gang. Wow, some structure. Game over. Yeah. Gotta love it. Thank you. Toodaloo.
Correct. And they're somewhat interchangeable in terms of Pete Rolac founded Sex, Money, Murder. So sometimes they'll say, I'm murder, I'm Rolac. And then after that, this Fredo is asking Blaylock if a specific person is still rocking right. And Blaylock responds, yes, he's still Rolac.
It is on.
If he sex, money, murder, what's his rank? What date he gotta pay his dues? Who the dues go to? And who is big homie? Who brought him in? Surely, I mean, if I ask him what's his name and what's his rank and what's his what's going on with him, he's supposed to give me some type of information on his blueprint of how he been established to be official. So where that's at?
So it is that Mr. Blaylock can affirm someone else's gang affiliation?
And specifically sex, money, murder, yes, Your Honor.
Because he is also.
Correct, Your Honor.
Is your point?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
These boys' pedigree come from based off of rat. They got rat pedigree. For real. Big boo.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if the only thing... So could you do without but I didn't know you was... Well, I guess not, because that's your whole point.
Judge, I still don't understand how we're getting around to hearsay exceptions, or hearsay provisions.
Yeah, you getting waxed up.
And
well, for...
Coming on the line talking about big boo, your big homie.
We don't have Blaylock here right now. I understand he's charged.
He's a...
For Fredo. No, I'm sorry, for Fredo, yes.
Yeah, and I think that what the state's response is that you need both sides of the conversation to understand what is being offered what's being offered with regard to what Blaylock is saying, which is... I mean...
Judge, given the speculative probative value trying to piece together what this is saying on both sides...
Woody the big homie? What about Demiki and Garlington? Nah, Stillwell?
Would ask if be included under 403.
Frankly, I'm trying to piece together all the different abbreviations.
Right.
Which I guess young people know, but I'm not young. It's all relative.
Brian's still flirting with the judge.
Yeah.
Go hit the old man flirt. Yo, dirty.
It might be better to just exclude this.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So then our next one is 276. Okay.
Now here, Blaylock says he's talking to someone new.
Okay.
And he says, why the hell you didn't say you were Slime when we were locked up? He's talking to someone else he was locked up with at YDC.
Okay.
And then the person responds, I didn't know you were slime. I just thought you were blood, slat. And then Blaylock responds, I'm an OG
So these are messages from children.
in that slime shit.
Is there any objection to that?
Object to all of it.
Don't believe so, Judge.
Okay, where's the next one that we have objection to?
You ain't got no objection. You should have an objection. I think we do need the judge to start being able to weigh in on what's need to be in for real. Straight
The
up,
next
y'all.
one is going to be
It's getting out of control.
Judge, I guess I'm trying to make sure, are we saying anything that Mr. Blaylock says comes in?
I mean, in terms of him being a co-conspirator.
Right, well, he's a co-conspirator, but it has to be a conversation between two co-conspirators.
Well, you're going to need to point me to whatever the next objection is, because I'm not going to know what conversation we're talking about otherwise.
All right.
The next one is going to be 292 with hot shit.
Okay.
Is the name?
Oh,
And
yeah.
so, Your Honor, on 292,
Like
Blaylock's nickname is Bali. So that Instagram handle that ends in LIJRR says, hey, Bali. And then he says, a young person who stole the Mustang from CEP. He's trying to orient Bali to who he's talking about, to Blaylock. He says, he's trying to put me in slime, but he said, I got to get put in by you. And he's talking about getting put in the gang, the street gang. And when he says, or go to 250, he's talking about 250 Cleveland. So if you follow this a little further, they continue speaking, and Blaylock says he's going to have to give him money, $25, and then he responds, I'm getting in the fire, right? And Blaylock...
$25 for what? To get in the gang? That's like a library card. Who bringing it? Who putting them on? Man, neither one of these dudes got no rank to be putting nobody on. Man, y'all can't be serious, man. Man, get out of here. Here they go again, y'all. Fumble. That's a flea market membership. God damn it. That's a bowling alley tournament price.
He says, I'm trying to be real right. Again, that was that earlier...
You can't even play Little League football for 25.
Real right means like I'm trying to be like official blood. And in this context, official YSL. I didn't want anyone coming up to me talking about I'm not real slime and shit. And then Blaylock responds, oh, you're going to be real slime. On slime, you will be.
Just give me the 25.
And then the person says, all right, say no more, SNM, saying, say no more. I am on Cleveland. Where are you at? I'm on Cleveland right now. And Blaylock,
yo, this is young nigga extortion. Nigga holler, yo, give me 25. Nigga made it affordable. Nah, you going to be official, bro. I'm telling you. Ain't nobody going to be able to say nothing. Look, I'm going to stamp you, bro. You got that 25? What you want me? Where? At the middle school park? All right, say less. Meet me on the court. Niggas
says, I'm on
crazy.
Cleveland. So this is in furtherance of the YSL criminal street gang because Blaylock is about to put this person in the gang. And he says, and the guy's like, wants to make...
See, I'm the young nigga that would have just been fucking these types of plays up. Bro, you can't get no damn gang for no $25. Fuck is you talking about? I'm the nigga that tells the other young nigga, what happened? You ready to go where? Fuck with who? Lil Rodner? $25. You gonna be official? Cat. You can't turn into no real goddamn blood for no $25.
Sure, he's officially a member of YSL, and Blaylock assures him, you're going to be real on slime, you will be. And then they talk about meeting up to complete this conversation.
You be better off robbing the nigga that told you that. Yeah, you more official for taking his ass off.
Person or do what they need to do to get this guy in the game.
Okay. And so once again,
do what they need to do to get him in the game.
What the other person is saying.
So, Your Honor, to me, it completes the context of this thread. So whether, and looking at this line by line in 292.
Where he from, bro?
The first thing he says is, hey,
he ain't even watch no gang
movie.
movie.
He means hello or goodbye.
He ain't even got no gang context right now, bro. Do he know how loose he sound? Man, you gotta get your ass whooped or something to get in the gang, man. That's the rules for everybody, man. Like, even like no gang really strays away from this, y'all. It's obvious you looked at as a punk if you don't go through this, bro. It's like you ain't real. Seriously, bro. Even chicks know this. Chicks is on some, nah, I ain't getting sexed in. I want to squabble. Straight like that. What is he talking about? Do he know? Nah, this part of this real thing, bro. I'm claiming to be tough, and I want to be in what y'all got going on. And I seen what allegedly the movie say. So come on, let's go ahead and get us a fight. Come on. Seriously, anybody that really want to be in the mix, they looking forward to the fight. Nah, hell no, we ain't doing no half-ass coming in. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. What is he talking about, bro? So what is the kids doing? Seriously, this almost like it's a right. Like, you don't feel right if you don't do it. It's dudes who get blessed in because of they born in family and they still want to squabble. Nah, fuck that, my nigga. Y'all niggas ain't gonna be walking around talking about I ain't official. Nah, fuck that. Nah, right now, my nigga. Nah, you ain't getting no break. Nah, come on, me and you right now. Straight like that. Straight like that. Nah, y'all ain't gonna be walking around talking about I ain't official, so come on.
That statement is neither here nor there. And then he's orienting Blaylock. I don't know who he's talking about, the person who stole the Mustang.
No, scratch that.
Because Blaylock right above that says, who is this? And so he orients him to a person. He might as well just take that phrase as a name. Instead of saying, John, it's this person who stole the Mustang from this other person. And he says, that person is trying to put me in slime, but said I got to get put in by you or go to 250 Cleveland. And so for the jury to understand why Blaylock responds, oh, you're going to have to give me $25, and then they continue speaking about, and for Blaylock to say, you're going to be real on slime, you is.
Yo, he fucked up. I was waiting. For him to put the $25 next to you going to be official. I was waiting. He got close earlier, and I seen that's the context. I was waiting. He fucked up. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Nah, he fucked up. I was waiting. I was goddamn waiting. I know he not going to put this 25 on this goddamn membership. Man, listen, man. They throwing their goddamn case out the window. Yo, this the most unofficial shit I ever heard. Yo, they can't show ask the gang expert about this. Ask the gang expert to make sense of this shit. Yeah, bitch, you an expert? Well, let me ask you something. How do you normally become a gang member? Traditionally. Would you explain? If you don't mind, could you explain, the different versions and ways you've seen it happen or heard, however, through your experience of being an expert? Yo, every motherfucking example is not going to be this, y'all. I swear to God. And look, they got so many goddamn blood examples because bloods is the easy, red is attractable, right? So the police know good and goddamn well what's going on with the bloods, right? Every goddamn set. They know every version. You feel me? These motherfuckers, you understand? You're not going to be able to find no goddamn situation where somebody say he paid and he official. I'm talking about this is the easiest way for somebody to clearly say you're not official. Oh, he paid. It's conversation over. Hey, yo, what's up with Holmes? Man, shit, that nigga paid. I'm telling you, but 25? Bro.
This whole conversation is about this individual trying to officially become a part of YSL. And so the state feels that Blaylock's statements are in furtherance of the
you can't buy your goddamn way into no enterprise for $25. Game over. You cannot buy your way into no enterprise for no goddamn $25. You can't even barely get a percentage of a Bitcoin for $25. Fuck is they talking about? Robert, dude, salute.
Continuously recruits or gets new members, and everything that this other individual is saying is necessary.
So he a hustler, and he charging niggas to join this gang $25. That's his hustle. Okay. How much percentage he pay up the line? This a monthly fee Or it's a all-time permanent? Or it's annual? What we doing? Can you prove the furtherance? Where the money go? Uh-oh.
Necessary for Blaylock's co-conspirator statements to be understood. The state's not arguing that this LILJRR is a part of YSL because the whole point of this conversation is to get in the gang. And so the state feels that in terms of true hearsay, Blaylock's is in furtherance of the gang because he has to speak with, they have to meet up, and he's literally saying, I'm going to put you in officially into the gang. And what this other person says, whether he, whoever this person is that they're trying to orient about stole the Mustang, or when this person is asking him, I'm trying to get put.
Man, that shit's supposed to say something like, man, where Mook Tonk and them at, boy? I'm trying to get down. Yeah, I want mine today. Yeah, let's meet up at the spot. I want mine today. Nah, bitch, you better be there too. I want to see you, boy.
Put in slime, but he said, I got to get put in by you. Whether that other person said that or not, the fact that orients Blaylock's responses, which again are to further the gang by getting a new member. That's properly verified by Blaylock.
That's a finesse. They sold that boy a fake YSL tattoo for $25. They told him he was official. Whole time they laughing when they smoking at $25. That was just to get them a 3.5 for the day. Yeah, niggas was ass out, rabbit ass. Yeah, hell yeah, niggas had some pistols, but I ain't feel like robbing nobody, so I just finessed a little dumbass, yo, off the gram. Thought he was trying to get down with the homies. I was going to take him off, but he only had 25, so I figured I just finesse him. Yeah. Foxney. Yeah. Foxney. It costs more to sign up for a PSN network goddamn membership. To be a part of the GTA League.
I'm going to have to come back to that one. I'm going to have to give that one some thought.
Everything.
Yes, Your Honor.
You can't even play 2K
the
with your homies.
The state is not going to use 338, which is PDF page 15, Instagram page 338.
Okay.
You definitely ain't online. You can't get the game and be online with a membership pass. Man, shit, you fuck. You... Man.
Blaylock is asking Snake-like.
You definitely not going to be equipped. Say you did get the game. You can't, man. You need a pack once you get on. You feel me? You need what you going to try? Run it up from scratch? Oh, man.
Maniac, which is a double reference to both YSL with the snake and then, when he's crossing out the C, put an X. Nonetheless, he says, are you slime? And the person responds, yes. Like, who are you? He says, I'm Little Bali, I'm slime and murder. I'm YSL and I'm sex, money, murder. And then immediately he asked the person who stamped you in slime, who basically made you official in the street gang. And the person basically is like checking him right back and saying, well, who stamped? I've never seen you on the Ave, talking about Cleveland Avenue. And so they go back and forth. And then Blaylock says, I'm on Cleveland all the time. I stay on the Avenue. And then he says, I'm a big dog. Ask me. My name holds weight on Snake. As in, like, I'm higher ranking in the gang. And then this person responds, I don't really be seeing you.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That might be the hardest shit that nigga said all trial. My name hold weight on Snake. Fuck wrong with you?
Round, he says, I'm
or Snake now, bitch.
Maniac, and you can ask anybody on the Avenue. My name holds weights too. And then they ask, who said when? And Blaylock says Pokey. This is the same Pokey who in the interviews of the shooting of Wife and Lucci's mother were talking about Kenny Copeland when they were at Big Boo's house and they got the call about $10,000. That's what those statements of Zachary were talking about. It's the same Pokey. And so he's saying, I literally got stamped in the gang by Pokey. And then this guy's kind of trying to verify this because he's like, well, Pokey's been locked up for 6 or 7 years. So, like, when did you get stamped?
Damn.
And then he responds back to him, Gorilla stamped me. And Blaylock says, I was YL, which is Young Loyalty, Rock Crew, raised on Cleveland Crew. And they continue speaking.
How the fuck another nigga don't know?
The Young Rock Crew. I just know
no,
the rest of them.
Yo, how the fuck? No. No, sir. On Snake. This can't be official. This gang ain't big enough for me not to know that you was a part of it. I promise y'all. I promise you. I promise you. You can't be from one fucking zone. Seriously, they debunking their own goddamn story, bro. Seriously. Fuck you mean you don't know, yo? And he talking about he came home. What the? Oh, how the fuck? Do they understand what they saying? Yo, this a conflict of interest. Fuck is you mean? Homie said he official. Other homie said, shit, I been got brought home by Thug nephew. Ben. Homie say, but Holmes been locked up. Bro, this shit can't happen. This can't, like, bro, you can't have nah, bro, no.
Kind of verifies, he says, I be with twin of them, like I'm basically with them.
Yo,
so this whole
you can't,
conversation
bro.
is them checking one another for, are you
Nah, y'all,
legitimately
anybody can join still, just don't, no. Listen. This ain't no real gang, because even if you say anybody can join, that means every time somebody hop in the mix over a certain amount of time, we all know who you is. You feel me? Ain't no separate. It ain't enough people for a separation. This gang ain't spread far enough, bro. I promise you. Come on, bro. I know how this type shit work. No, ain't no fucking I don't know, yo. Ain't no fucking who's you? They ain't got enough people. I'm telling you, regardless of how they came in, there still ain't enough fucking people, I'm telling you, for you to have a drawn-out conversation and niggas get the name dropping and it ain't no court. No, it's not enough people, y'all. It ain't enough time. I'm telling you, not enough space. This shit don't work like this. No, this is bullshit. This whole system is built off linkage, and once a person say another motherfucking name, it's over. I'm so-and-so from such and such. Nigga, ain't no motherfucking who, when, First off. Then second of all, they not deep enough for it to be me having to check with somebody to see if you're official. No. They not deep enough, y'all. I'm telling you, bro.
Cell, etc., by the way that they're speaking. And so they list who stamped them in the gang and, mention kind of how they knew each other. And so this whole conversation is, again, it's the larger conspiracy of the criminal street gang. It doesn't have to be tethered to, in this specific context, it's also part and parcel of the RICO criminal enterprise. They're kind of one and the same. The state's alleging and is putting forth that this criminal enterprise is YSL, which is a street gang and a criminal enterprise. So this whole conversation is in furtherance of the criminal street gang because, again, you have to have a way to verify and check who's a member. Because if someone is a member, you can trust them more. If they're not, you need to know that. And if someone's falsely claiming.
Yo, an organization, an enterprise know exactly each and every person that's a member because they got detailed ways of bringing people in to make sure their structure don't cripple. Yeah. Stop fucking playing with me.
That is a serious problem. And so this whole conversation furthers the criminal street gang enterprise because they are trying to verify one another. And it's also Blaylock stating all of these things and actively claiming his gang affiliation, which, no, being a member of a gang in and of itself is not a crime, but in contexts like the one we're in, these kind of conversations, also go against his own interest when he gets charged later on in this exact RICO. Mm-hmm. So for those reasons, the state feels that this conversation is co-conspirator hearsay for both parties because of the way that they're using specifically YSL gang identifying language and verifying one another, which that kind of conversation is a conversation that furthers the gang. And so that's the state's position for this specific conversation of why it is not hearsay.
So the bottom of the pyramid structure can bring new people in without the top of the pyramid knowing. And there's no communication to the top of the pyramid on who's coming in, and the money doesn't flow to the top. Surely $25 can't make it up to the top of the pyramid. So...
Judge, I understand all of that this conversation would establish this conversation. The co-conspirator hearsay exception, there has to be something besides this conversation. And we don't have it.
Yeah, so I've got a question about that. And can other circumstances that are can other evidence corroborative of what is going on in this conversation be what establishes the existence of the co-conspiracy? I mean, the fact that they are talking about...
Yo, so in other cases, they want us to believe that gangs need to commit heinous crimes in order to join the gang. Yes, That's what they usually normally use, right? In this case, it's merely $25. Yeah.
Things that we know from other evidence, is gang related and is specific to this gang and things like that.
Your Honor, the answer is yes, in terms of, for one, if you started a trial with a co-conspirator.
Yo, based upon the clout that comes along with YSL, $25 is not even fair for just, name tag membership, to be able to put the YSL in front of your name and be official. $25 is not even fair for that. Like, as far as just regular clout, fuck street clout, like real shit. So, like, not only does them bringing in this $25 conversation, like, really debunk this whole RICO, I'm talking about completely, y'all. This shit is damaging to their case. They talking about kids in a juvenile system that's just released who don't know who each other is and didn't know each other was in the same gang is now telling the person that he could put him into the gang with a small fee of $25. Yo, you can't even get protection in the jail for $25 for long.
Pre-trial, you have a motion in limine, and you say the state wants to introduce this 2 gang members discussing. Just think of the most perfect example of something that would fall into 801D2E. You could introduce that statement as the first piece of evidence with the proffer to the court that this evidence will come in to prove it. At this stage of the trial, in terms of October 11th, 2024, the state believes that there is an ample amount of evidence that YSL is a criminal street gang. That evidence of that, and the reason that's so important to the court's question is once that evidence is either established or you proffer to a court and ultimately before the trial resumes is in evidence, then all of these statements, if they further that conspiracy, then it would satisfy.
Okay. So, I think there is other evidence in this case that.
So, it's actually a fake Ponzi scheme where we recruit as many fake members for $25 and guarantee some gang membership, but we can't protect you or do nothing. It just was a scam. False, just hope that you could be underneath of the wing of some imaginary guy, but there's nobody really there because there's no actual enterprise. It's fake. You put 25 in, you thought you was getting something, you didn't. We kept the money, and the whole thing was to get new people to put money in so we could line our pocket. So this was just some type of fake-ass Cleveland Avenue Ponzi scheme. This RICO is all wrong. This should have been more white collar. Okay.
Establishes that both of these people would be co-conspirators. So I am going to let this one in.
Judge, I guess I don't understand what the other.
Well, like just for example, the focus on Cleveland and him already knowing that that's important, and the person Gorilla having been the one who stamped him, things like that.
Right, but the requirement is that it be outside of those statements.
Right. No, right. Which is what I'm asking. Then is. It's not just their conversation together. We already know from other things that a focus on Cleveland Avenue and a person named Gorilla are related to and important to this alleged gang.
We really
and that is outside of this conversation. And so things within this conversation.
I don't think that's
okay. So yes, because I would think, I need to know the answer to that.
I'm taking a look, Judge, at Williams versus State, which is 293 Georgia 750 from 2013, and we are talking about co-conspirator statements. The requirement is a prima facie case. The rule says prior to introduction of the statements. That case held it didn't have to be literally prior, it just had to be at some point during the trial. But it cites, furthermore, conspiracy may be shown by direct proof or by an inference deduced from acts and conduct. And the content of this statement is neither act nor conduct. The continuation, which discloses a common design to act in concert for the accomplishment of the unlawful purpose, common design or purpose, may be shown by direct or circumstantial evidence. But I think by that, there has to be act or conduct, not just the content of this statement.
Your Honor, if I may?
Yeah.
So I wrote this, and so the case citations.
Man, that boy had a perk habit, man. He was trying to get some perks. If you had a perk habit and you needed something, you would tell somebody they could join a gang for $25 too. No damn gang. This is a perk habit, the Ponzi scheme.
I'm looking at my motion that was filed July 26, 2024, which is the state's response in opposition to defendant Stillwell's motion for reconsideration. This is straight from Kemp v. State, a case 5 years afterwards, and is a seminal case. You need to look at gang conspiracy cases to fully appreciate the 801D2E exception in the context of a street gang RICO.
The site, please?
And so,
What's the site?
So Kemp v. State is 303 Georgia 385 392 2018. All of the cases that I'm going to be citing are in this e-filed motion on July 26 at 11:19 p.m. With all that said, starting from the basics, 801D2E. 801D2E mandates that the hearsay prescriptions do not apply to a statement by a co-conspirator of a party during the course and in furtherance of the conspiracy. So going on a little further, the state, and this is straight from Kemp, Penn site 392, the state is required to show by a preponderance of the evidence that, number one, a conspiracy existed, which in this case is the YSL criminal street gang enterprise. Number two, the conspiracy included the declarant and the defendant against whom the state is offered, which the state, again, this is Blaylock, this individual he's talking about, and the 6 defendants in this trial.
If your RICO was a fucking Mr. Potato Head, it'd be a blank face, my nigga. You can't do that. You gotta have hair and eyes and shit, bro, and a nose and a mouth and a mustache. Your shit ain't got no face. You gotta fuck out of here. Can't pop up with fucking Mr. Potato with fucking hands and feet, and now you think you got something. He's got a fucking blank face on it. It's not the whole thing. Get this shit out of here, man.
All to be a part of the same street gang
Nobody
conspiracy.
has a problem with Blaylock being considered a co-conspirator.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's this other person and how
Seriously,
that can be established.
So
and maybe you were getting to that. But
yes, Your Honor. And so the
shit like a little kid that took a coloring book and colored one color in the bitch. You can't color everything one color on there, little Bobby. The fuck is that? He like, look at what I did. Bobby, you painted everything fucking blue. He like, yeah, I like blue. But bro, it ain't a real picture now. It's just one, man, listen, bro, you ain't got all of it, Bobby. Rip that page out that coloring book, bro, and do the next page, bro. And use different colors, bro, or something, bro. Something. You can't just do everything blue. What the fuck is this?
I will find, I'm trying to find the case site on this specific.
Partial play shit.
If the court gives me one brief second.
sure.
Shit phony, bro. They just keep saying RICO, but it's like, yo, do you know you gotta prove the parts? You need the pieces. You feel me? Like, you can't just keep saying that it's breakfast. Where the fuck is the eggs and bacon? It's not breakfast. It need to be grits down this bitch, orange juice, goddamn toast, some butter,
Sorry, Mr.
motherfucking
Atkins, the pin site, please.
oatmeal.
The pin site was 392 for.
Thank you.
But I'm not sure it answers the question we're discussing right now.
Fuck. Cornflakes. Seriously, bro. Man, listen. You can't say something is one thing.
I was trying to find my understanding is if you had a statement, you're not restricted to the four corners of, you just have to prove to the court by a preponderance that the person making the statement, which in this context is snake life maniac.
Right.
You can use the four walls, so to speak, of this Instagram thread. You could also use other evidence if the state had it. The court just has to find that snake life maniac is, to a preponderance, a member of the same criminal street gang conspiracy as Blaylock and the defendants, or the argument the state makes in terms of if you believe Blaylock's statements further the street gang and there was some either context on Blaylock or non-hearsay purpose. That's how the state frames this specific issue of, and